Hey guys, your bear boy host Hito here, coming at you, doing the Retrogade and having an awesome time. Nothing happened. Please be clear on that. Nothing happened. But yeah, welcome to the Retrogade. Today we'll be talking about an awesome thing, and by an awesome thing I mean the PlayStation. Yeah, we're gonna vibe it here today, guys. All right, so I'm gonna introduce our first guest now because I did the stupids, but I'm going to introduce Bubs and turn the Discord on beforehand. There we go.
Happy to be here among all of the fun we've had so far.
All right, Bubs, introduce yourself to the peeps.
Hey everyone, I'm Bubs491. I'm a variety streamer, and honestly, I'm here because PlayStation is what got me into gaming in general. I would not be here without it.
Awesome. All right, and do you stream?
I do. Channel name is Bubs491. I stream 4 times a week usually. So if you want to see some good old PlayStation, Nintendo crap, come on by. I embarrass myself weekly.
That's fair. I do it too, but daily.
Daily.
I'm not that much of a masochist.
It's fair. All right, our next guest is John, the voice of retro.
Greetings and good evening, Hito friends, everybody else coming on today. For those who need an introduction or some kind of refresher, depends on who you are. John JT, voice of retro content creator, 8-bit musician, voice actor, high score junkie, and very excited to be here among all of you today.
Awesome to have you here. So get this, last minute invitation. We had a spot open, and John just he snatched it up as quickly as possible. I was like, "You're doing PlayStation?" I'm like, "We have a spot open."
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like my gaming foundation was set firmly on PlayStation with games like Pac-Man World and Tekken Tag Tournament.
Nice. Good taste.
I knew I was going to like you.
All right. Finally, our last guest, the crazy and not so very epic. Actually, can't say it's not so epic. It's in the name, goddammit. But the Epic Man World.
Hello. I guess.
As he
Short and
says,
sweet.
short and sweet, just short and sweet. So, Epic, introduce yourself to the peeps.
Hi guys, this is the Epic Man speaking. And yes, you saw me eating a sandwich because I'm actually hungry at the moment. But hey guys, how's it going?
And do you stream?
Of course. I mean, yeah, I have been streaming before, but it has been a while since I last streamed. But I am coming back because I've been working on something in the background. But yeah, I do a variety of streams with Nintendo, Splatoon, PlayStation, PC games, most of those stuff. So yeah, I do those.
and avid person to blame for everything that happens in a multiplayer game.
Yep, including all the stuff that I will personally take them, and I won't care.
Valheim happened. We'll never forget.
Oh yeah, it happened, and I'm actually proud of it.
One of these days I might try Valheim, but I'm a little bit too scared of getting sucked into that.
I mean, it can definitely bring you in, and suck you in for sure.
Bubs, 2 words: Viking Minecraft.
Oh, see, that's why it scares me. I love the fact that those 2 words work together so well.
But guys, we're here to talk about the PlayStation. So, guys, what was the first PlayStation game y'all ever played? All right, or correction, what was the first PlayStation original game you ever played?
Well, I mean, I don't
Right
have
here.
it. I don't have it physically, but the thing is, this is the one that partly brought me into being a gamer, and that is the original Crash Bandicoot. The first one, then the second, then the third.
So-
These are the games that I loved so dearly that I got too addicted to, and just I just can't stop it. Crash is Crash.
So I learned my lesson, and I actually didn't play the Crash games in order, But there are two games here that actually started me off because my mom bought the PlayStation for herself originally because she's greedy. No, she's not. We love Mama Retro. Mama Retro's okay.
Love ya.
But she bought me. Well, she bought herself. Let's rephrase that. She bought herself both of these, and
Wow.
I did not stop. However, we also had the Rugrats game, and that was another one to add to this list. But that's not an original Nintendo game. That is a Nickelodeon game. Along with that,
It's a Nintendo game.
Yeah, wait a minute. You said Nintendo.
You said Nintendo, not PlayStation.
what are we talking about again?
Oh, for the love of God.
Okay,
So
no.
you're saying that we're doing a PlayStation podcast, but then you said the word Nintendo, sir. Are you confusing yourself?
Is Master Chief going to come out of nowhere? And now I'm mixing Xbox. There we go. We're all good.
There we go. Bring the trilogy, the trilogy of the companies in together.
Full circle, we're good.
All right, but no. My mother got both of these games. Plus, I also got into Tomb Raider because of the PlayStation as well. She bought Tomb Raider 3. These two, and then I had the PlayStation demo disc that had a whole bunch of games, including Siphon Filter and Bust a Groove, which to this day I still love Bust a Groove because it's a ridiculous rhythm game, but it's fun. You get to dance battle kaijus in the city. That's like amazing.
I was never any good at anything
It's
like
ridiculous.
You ever want to dance battle with a kaiju monster outside? Not kaiju monster, kaiju machine. And like take over the whole city. Mind you, I was playing as a fortune teller that does her dances too. So you know what? You just see this itty bitty fortune teller dancing next to this humongous robot, and you're just like, huh?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the plot of Shantae?
You know?
Maybe.
You know? You might be right.
Maybe.
You might be onto something. You might be onto something. But yeah, those are our first PlayStation games. I had 5 games first starting out because, again, that demo disc really did a number on us. So, you know.
I guess my story's kind of similar to yours. It was Christmas. My brother and I got the PlayStation 1 alongside Crash 2, Spyro 1. I think we probably had Crash 1 as well. I think we might have had one of the Tomb Raider games, probably the first one. And I vividly remember this Christmas, and my mother still laughs about it. So me and my brother are there, all excited, ready to get this system. My dad hooks it up, and he puts in Spyro the Dragon. He wants to make sure that it works. Makes sense. An hour later, my mother walks into the living room and says, "Alex, don't you think the boys might want to play on their brand new system?" And my dad begrudgingly gave us the controller because he was having so much fun playing Spyro the Dragon.
It was one of those moments of, fine.
And now,
Such a dreamy person.
He has nothing to do with video games. He does not care about video games, but I love slapping him with that story. He says, "Man, you used to."
So how did you get your PlayStation, John? Your very first PS1?
I didn't start on the PS1. The furthest back I remember going is, the furthest I can remember was me playing PS2. My family and I would often play Tekken Tag Tournament. And it was interesting in concept because the idea of like a tag battle system where like one character could just swap out with another one was really fun. But I ended up, in terms of getting my first ever PlayStation, it was actually a gift from my sixth teacher.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
From there, I just started grabbing as many games as I could for it, and I still do to this day.
So
I've had that PlayStation for over 10 years.
You still have that system?
And it still works like a charm.
There we go.
Awesome. I wish I kept mine for a while.
I want what teacher John has. Jeez, giving video games as prizes? Frick yeah.
Right? Hell yeah, especially right now.
Hey, so guys, I got the school list. We have pencils, notebooks. Oh, the PlayStation 2 for the raffle. Yeah, we definitely need to have that.
Sure.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
All right, Epic.
Epic.
How did you get your first PS1/PlayStation experience?
Well, It's honestly kind of a distant memory from when I remember how we got it exactly, but I know for a fact that when my mom got me I would imagine she did get it for herself, but then again, because she always shares it. But my mom doesn't care about video games at all as well, but she does play for just one particular game, and that is Crash Bandicoot. And we usually we used to do where we used to share the controller to pass around every time we die because Crash was a hard game at the time, and we just keep dying over and over. We just keep switching controls, and even my aunt also came in to play with us as well. And the one level that we always keep dying on that was so stupid. That was the freaking road to nowhere.
Yeah.
The bridge level in the game where we just keep on passing and passing the controller, and we keep laughing and crying and just yelling about how we just keep dying to the freaking turtle that we kept trying to go across the on the other side. It just drives us nuts. But the other thing that we always do is that we always bring our notebooks, because you know how back in the day when you don't have a memory card, they always give you a password so that way you can save your game. And we always bring down our notepads or our notebooks to just write down the passwords, and it always gives us good access of getting back in the game. And yeah, we never stopped doing it until we try to finish the game, and it took us a while. So but yeah, because we never had a memory card at the time, so we just had to rely on the password gimmick thing. So, but yeah, that was a really good time. I remember, especially with my mom playing video games, even though she was never into it in the first place. So it was a really good time, honestly, and I had fun.
No, that'll do it. So PlayStation experience. This PlayStation 1 was my mother's, and then I somehow acquired it for myself because taxes. I don't know. But it became mine after a while, because at the end of the day, I was the one who played it. I was the one who came home. I was the one who had the games for it. And then she was like, I don't understand how these games work. I'm like, let me show you. And then I would never get off of it. And she's like, you know what? I'll just watch you play. Okay. So when that happened, a big game that she used to watch me play a lot is the original Ape Escape. Spike, the voice that actually sounded like he hit puberty before anything else, because Spike had the most deepest voice in the original Ape Escape. Do y'all hear that? His balls dropped something fierce, and I'm just like, God damn, why don't I sound like this at 10 years old? Shit, you realize?
You wish you got a voice like that.
Oh my God, his voice was so deep. I'm like, is he a man, Maury?
A man child.
But
I got something that's probably. This will probably make me a little bit ostracized in this group. I have never played any of the Ape Escape games.
Okay.
I love
Not
the
alone on
PlayStation.
that.
I've never touched those. I want to, though. I hear nothing but the praises of that series.
It is a really good game. And look at the disc. This was one of those discs with the textured tops of it. So it was
I miss those discs.
The PlayStation 2 didn't actually add the textured tops on them, sadly. That's the sad part about it. I actually still have my whole Ape Escape collection. So you all saw that I had the PlayStation 1, but I also have Ape Escapes 2, 3, and Pumpkin Prime.
Yeah, I do want to try that one, the Pumpkin Prime.
It's Mario Party, but with Ape Escape. Yeah.
It was interesting to me because I got into Ape Escape 1 back in the day, just because it wasn't mine. I borrowed it from someone, and I thought the game was so fantastic because of using the twin sticks as the controls. And I know not many people were fond of it because of how different it was, using the R2 button to jump and R1 to, or L1, either of those to use the camera controls, because there was no such thing as moving the cameras without the sticks, because that was something nobody liked. But yeah, and then I got fully with Ape Escape with 2, and that got me heavily into the series that I just loved it so much. And yeah, this was something I adored for PlayStation.
Mikan's correcting you. Or it sounds like you might have offended him with what you were saying about the jump.
It was literally just one of the shoulder buttons you had to jump. No, it's R2. I'm pretty sure it's R2.
It's R1.
Is it R? Fuck.
It actually is R1. I just played the game not too long ago. It's R1.
Well, I was close. Okay, I said R2, so I meant R1. So there you go.
R2, I believe, was the camera
It could be.
/ the radar if you had it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like that was like an interesting innovation of controls because not many people thought, oh, a shoulder button can jump? Nah, never. Could you imagine Mario with the shoulder button just jumping? No.
I don't think he would be known for his jumping anymore.
Yeah, guys, R is to jump. Don't you get it? That's the common thing in video games. R is to jump. Imagine that.
He completely threw me for a loop when he got games like Devil May Cry that made triangle to jump.
Yo.
Hell yeah!
Like I will defend. I'll defend Devil May Cry in that entire series till my dying breath. I will not defend their decision to make triangle the freaking jump button.
Y'all want a triangle? Y'all like triangles? I like triangles.
Wait, which game is it that they made to have the triangle to jump? Is it the first one?
It was the first one.
Definitely was the first one.
I think they fixed it immediately for the second one. But that's the only thing they fixed. I considered Devil May Cry 2 a downgrade from Devil May Cry 1.
Oh yeah, because we all love the Devil May Cry 2 for being its innovative gameplay where you go shoot or shoot all the time.
That was pretty much it. I watched a streamer who was playing Devil May Cry 2 for the first time ever, and he went through like 3 bosses where all he did was just shoot the entire time, and he says,
it's the only way.
He's like, so are you guys okay if I just stop playing this now? Because I'm bored.
I mean...
He could.
Yeah, he did. He dropped it. He says, I'll play the rest of the series, but I don't think I'll finish this one. I was like, you don't have to. It literally doesn't add a thing to the entire series.
Talk about the first one.
No, the second one. The first one.
We don't talk about the second one.
Yeah.
No, Devil May Cry 5 even just brushes over it if you're getting a review of the entire series.
Yeah.
I found that hilarious. Oh god, I love that game.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
I love the series too much. Like I was never into it at the time because I was never aware of it until my aunt played it.
I know we're supposed to be talking more about the origins of PlayStation and everything, but I will say for the PS2, I'm pretty sure Devil May Cry was the first game that I got for the PS2.
Oh, that's fair. That works. I
fell in love with the series from day one. And honest to God, I think if they end the series now with how they ended 5, I'll be perfectly happy with the series. If that's the last time I'm gonna see.
Yeah, most definitely.
Full 3 was still way too hard.
It is hard.
You know, I disagree, but I think it's because 3 is my favorite of the series, and I played it so much that the hardness of it isn't there for me anymore. I think I'm a little bit. I have a little bit of a bias towards it now.
Do you remember how in the original Devil May Cry 3, where the game was really hard because the game was by Japanese developers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they thought normal was supposed to be hard mode, so they accidentally just put that as a difficulty where normal is like, it's supposed to be the way you go for a balanced challenge, but no, they made the game harder than normal when you click normal,
and then hard mode was just try hard mode, so that's kind of where it is.
This is where I'm so happy New Game Plus existed for that series.
Yeah, especially with the special edition of the game, bringing new features and bringing new stuff, like you can play as Virgil and using different modes of yellow or gold if you wanted to, have more lives to have and all this such. They put it in.
I was never any good at Virgil. Like I tried multiple times. I cannot play as Virgil worth a damn.
I know
my brother could play as Virgil. He did really good as Virgil.
He is tough to master.
I was like, I'll stick with Dante. I'll stick with the crude guy.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. I got the next question, and here we go.
Go ahead.
What is one original main character from the series that is from Words. Wow. Okay.
I'm not even sure what you were trying to ask.
Answer me these riddles 3. Jesus. Okay. Real question that I was going to ask, by the way. So
is it European or is it African?
I don't know. But anyway, I was gonna say, what is one of the main characters from an original Sony game that you can compare yourself to?
Jack, no question.
I need to think about that.
Like the way he evolves across all 3 games in his original trilogy basically sums up my life, from me going like to so quiet and in my own world, just going around, to being basically succumbing to a really, really dark spot. Eventually using said dark spot to further evolve in some point in my life. Basically represents everything that I've been through up to this point.
Okay, that was.
I mean,
that
the
was deep.
stories, they practically connect.
They do.
No, that's really good. No, I like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got.
Got a lot of
I would say
I can play them again and again.
Uh-huh.
now, for me, the only one that comes to mind is Zidane from Final Fantasy IX, because I mean, I have a bias. 9 is my favorite out of the Final Fantasy series. I will play that game multiple times a year and just never get tired of it. But I see a lot of myself in Zidane in the fact that he's a guy who will put others before himself in any situation, to the point that it all comes crashing down on him at one point. Like I'm secure enough to admit it. I cry during the scene "You Are Not Alone." That is because I've been there, and I feel really attached to that character. The only thing I'm not attached to is I'm not a goddamn thief. I never play the thief class. It drives me crazy. I am not kidding you. Don't call me out like this. My own mod is calling me a liar.
All right.
On top of it, my DM is calling me a liar.
Oh,
There's
no.
a big
I should tell you. Oh,
rain coming, big rain
thank you, Mystic.
coming,
Much appreciated. I'm going to actually just give them a shout out right now.
Thank you, comment. Thank you for trusting with your
I was gonna do it.
community.
That's right. You're a mod. You have powers.
I do. I do have powers.
But yes.
Powers!
So, Epic, you're next on the question.
Okay, I don't know, because I would say a lot of these characters that I've known and played with, they all have their own unique abilities and personalities that I feel like they all are great, but I just don't know if I can dwell with them too much because of how amazing they are, especially with abilities and just, they can do pretty much anything. I can't do much of anything like that, but there is one certain person or thing, if you want to call it, that you can say I relate to them too much, a lot, especially with the games they are, and that is Sackboy from the Little Big Planet series. I would go for this guy because he is just, he doesn't talk much or at all, but yet he's all about, just finding himself into a world of creativity. And that's what I like about it, where I just like to be in a world where you see a lot of creativity from other people, and you want to be in that world, and you want to share yourself with them, with that person's world, and you can just do whatever you want, And it's what I always do whenever I look into creative levels and creative worlds, just to see how, if you can be inspired by it and make your own stuff, which I have done when I make my own levels, but only just for the shits and giggles. But yeah, it's something that I always see myself into. And plus, he's a bundle of joy. He's a little teddy bird. It's cute. So
It's
My
fun.
brother
yeah,
had the
it's a
plus
pun.
version of him.
It's a pun because he is a bundle. Haha.
he is a bundle. Yeah. A bundle of joy full of beautiful things inside of his
Oh,
little
that one,
sack coin.
Hito, that one hurt.
Why? You know I pun.
He does
Oh,
fun.
I know you do. I mean, hell, I do too. But come on, hanging fruit.
But yeah, like that's pretty much what I would say for my relatability for this one guy. He's so cute.
Okay, guys, I'm about to drop the donkus. Character the character I actually compare to the most. Sly Cooper.
Oh,
Okay, Sly's pretty good.
I love Sly.
Now,
Yeah, no,
the reason why I compare to him the most is because I give too many shits about my friends, but for many reasons, I actually have my reasons to care about my friends a lot. So, example, many of the things that you can see in 2 specifically as well. 2, if you remember, when he got captured because of the Contessa pulling off some bull crap and getting betrayed by one of the cops he thought was a friend. He's still very tenacious. he's still very tenacious with his friendships, and hell, he still considers Carmelita a friend, even though she's on the opposite side of the law. And that brings me to the next thing. That oh my god, there's 2 notifications.
Now I have a question to say. What's your favorite retro game? I hope you enjoy your code.
Okay, there doesn't need to be 2. There can be 1, but not 2. Anyway,
apparently you just want to throw a party.
Yes, and thank you for the follow. We have anonymous follows, so if you're just chilling and enjoying the convo, please by all means. But yeah, I compare myself to Sly a lot because I have a different way of doing things, and some people may not see it as legal, even though technically speaking it is legal. I would not like to consider it between legal or illegal, but we would like to think of more ingenious than genius. So in other words, like, you know, finding solutions for certain things that I would have never have thought to. I'm the doer and when it comes to a whole bunch of things. For example, I sometimes have friends that help me plan out things, and sometimes I'm able to do things a little bit more to make their plans go out even more of a flourish. The whole point is I like to do a lot of things at the end of the day, and I'm a person of action. A big one for me would have to say, like, when I first started content creating, I had all the will to do it and the planning behind it as well, but like all the will to do it. But everyone was like, no, let's plan this out. This doesn't seem funny. Doesn't mean like, no, I'm going to do it regardless. Thank you. And that's kind of the thing that goes into it. Like, it's the complexity of that situation. And a more ingenious thing to say is that I'm a very complex person too when it comes down to it. Because at the end of the day, I know the difference between right or wrong, even if it's like shrouded by a whole bunch of things. Like somebody will be like, oh, but that's wrong. And I'm like, no, you're right. It's wrong for the right reasons. And that is right for the wrong reasons. There's a way to actually see that complexity when it comes down to it. For example, Sly is a thief. Usually that's seen as a bad thing, but he's a thief that actually goes against other thieves. And also the fact that he doesn't follow the corrupt policies of being a thief. He actually is noble in that situation. So in other words,
seriously when you say honor among thieves.
Exactly. And now it's the third game. That's literally the third game's title, Honor Among Thieves. Yeah. So like, for example, if he note, like, for example, second game, Dimitri was printing money. He's like, oh, see, you are a thief like me. He's like, no, I'm nothing like you. I didn't have to print the money. I earned my shit at the end of the day. Excuse you? Like
that's not very honorable, is it?
Then Dimitri becomes an extremely entertaining character in the third
one. And the fourth one too.
And the fourth one, yeah.
Oh, that's right. And the fourth one, he was pretty solid too.
Only for just brief moments in there.
Also, I think I got to change my answer a bit.
Yep.
I think I got to go with this guy, just because I'm just as much of a ladies' man as he is.
You're a
I completely forgot I even had these, if I'm being honest. Like, I know I had them for the N64. I forgot I had the PS1 version.
But if we were to add another character to the mix of my little concoction, Spike is another one.
Oh, Spike, huh?
Spike from Ape Escape, yes. I will learn anything I need to get where I need to get, and I will be tenacious as hell to catch these apes. Also, I will always be the rival, and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
felt a little harsh.
I will be the rival if I have to. It helps. Do you know how?
You're not wrong.
I mean, okay. So, honest truth. There are many people when I first started, I had a rivalry when it came to streaming, but I did it in a nice way. I did it in a honorable way instead of like people trying to like basically muddle somebody or diss them. I'm like, okay, I see what they're doing. Let me try to learn how to do something like this, but then make it my own. And then, there we go. It's healthy competition, but it's not a competition at the same time. It's just, okay, I see you. Now I got to do better than this somehow, but I see you, though. Also, we can chill later. It's fine. Like, let's grab a burger or something.
Yeah, grab a burger. I'm buying.
Like, seriously, that's how it is. It's just like rivalry's a good thing. And that's what I like about most of the PlayStation games. They had some form of rival in the game at some point. Like how, like Devil May Cry, you actually could have rivaled easily with Virgil, which was great. They had him in the game for you to play as him, so that was meant to be. In Sly Cooper, you had other thieves. You had generational rivalry, which was amongst will he be as great as his family of generations. Crash had Crunch. which cool. Spyro had
Yeah, but that was also the 4th game, and we don't really talk about Wrath of Cortex.
Look, I don't mind that game. That game is not bad.
It's nowhere near as bad. After rewatching it, I watched Kid Icarus play through it, and I gotta say, nowhere near as bad as I remember it. But when you compare it to Crash 1, 2, and 3, it does not hold a fucking candle to it.
I actually still hold Crunch in regard because he's not just in 4. He's also in the Game Boy one, which technically speaking, which was weird. But then Crunch also makes other appearances as well.
This is the only time I will say something positive about Crash of the Titans or Mind Over Mutant. Crunch was hilarious.
Yeah, because
he was the best part. Him and Engine were the best part of those 2 games. I don't know if I'd go any further than that about nice things.
That's fair.
I mean, I can say some nice things about it because I have both the games, and to be honest, like I didn't mind them as they are because because everyone didn't like with the games how they treat it as being reboots, and because they wanted to change things around with franchises because they want to make them a fresh start because they haven't been in the spotlight for a long time. But with Crash of the Titans, I didn't see it as a bad game, but it is not a Crash game, because I treat it as such a just a regular game, because it has Crash in it with all the other characters, but yet they're going to treat it as just something you never seen them before. So I didn't say it was a bad game because it's not a bad game for me, at least. I actually liked it. But I would say it's pretty much better than whatever Mind Over Mutant was trying to be, because that one's honestly a mess.
I will say, if the combat system was handled a lot better, I think that would help them out a lot more. The combat
like really
became way too repetitive.
Yeah, and for me, I don't mind repetitiveness for some aspect of games, but I definitely could see it where people are going to get bored of it because you just keep pressing the same button over and over, with some changes.
It's my issue with the Legend of Spyro series until you get to Dawn of the Dragon, because the first 2, I will defend the Legend of Spyro series. I absolutely love that series. But the combat is not good. The story, top tier. I absolutely love it. I don't care if people say, oh, it's predictable. I still love it. But the combat sucks.
Yeah.
And back to my thing on Rivals, Cinder.
Cinder was very well needed because Spyro didn't have any kind of rival before that. Because I wouldn't call Hunter a rival as much of a pain in the ass as
he was. Never, not much.
He was an obstacle because he was purposely keeping crap away from you that was supposed to help you on your journey. It's like, dude, I need these orbs, or I need these dragon eggs. Just give them to me. Don't make me play your stupid ass games. I'm saving the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the day, I will say this. Another rival I could say that was in the game was Moneybags, because he was an obstacle.
I take back what I said. You are right, Moneybags. And
he's such a greedy bastard.
I love 3. In fact, you got to kick his ass.
Yeah.
And Nikon, she was his gothic girlfriend, but only at the very end, in the last line of the game before the credits, is her saying, I love you. And that is the only bit of any kind of romanticism that we got between those characters. The fandom carried that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm guilty of that, by the way.
Speaking of
I love those 2 together.
Speaking of talking about like series that we haven't brought up yet for the PlayStation, do we remember that one of the enemies in Spyro 2 actually inspired Ratchet and Clank?
Mm-hmm.
I did
hear that.
The little robot and the orange gear guys that would actually put them together. That actually inspired Insomniac's next game, which was Ratchet and Clank, which this one has the copy of. Yes.
Oh my god, I freaking
the only
love
copy
that.
of the game that I have. So, because I never played much of it, because between this and Jak and Daxter, I was more for Jak and Daxter than Ratchet and Clank at the time.
That's what I was until a friend of mine let me borrow his Ratchet and Clank series.
Yeah, my aunt let me borrow her copy of the collection on the PS3, and I played all through that. But I also have this because, I thought about buying it myself so I can say, hey guys, this is my Ratchet and Clank. I'm a fan. Look at it. See?
Yeah, so am I. I've been holding on to this for years. I
Oh
just
my
haven't
God.
gotten freaking.
That's a game that I need to play, but I don't have a freaking PS5. Oh my God.
I got a PS5 because this game was coming out.
That would be my only reason to get a PS5, which kind of sucks because PS5 games for me right now doesn't look like there's not much exclusives now because they're putting it on the PC right now with Return on God of War, which I'm pretty sure they're going to put Ragnarok in there later whenever they feel like it. So.
Oh yeah, Ragnarok was so good. And Macon, as for what you're saying about Alora, the internet's not going to help any female character. Let's just accept that.
Can we also deal with the fact that literally Rule 34 is a thing, and Alora is a thing, and furries are a thing, and that's going to happen? There we go.
Do we need to preference on that? Do we need to preference on that?
Exactly. And we got another one right here, too. So what's up? Hi, how's it going? Anyway, continuing this, are you ready for the next question?
Go for it. I think we spent a lot of time on this one.
What is the most hated PlayStation character you can't stand? And I'm gonna start with this one, Moneybags. He is the only bear I do not like. And that is saying something from my berry aesthetic. He is the only bear I do not like.
Oh, holy shit, man. That's actually a tough one. There's a lot of... Okay, I gotta look through my list, my games I got here. I gotta see if I can... Hate one. I love that. Oh, Mr. X by Mika. Okay, that's what? Resident Evil 2, right?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see.
But you know what's funny? I actually have a Moneybags cosplay in the works right now for Long Island Retro. So I'm going to be dressing up as Moneybags and it'll be like, I'll let you through this haul for measly 200 gems. Yes.
If someone actually gives you like $20 for that, I'm going to laugh.
Just for the
keep me updated on that shit.
Oh man!
It's like it seems that you're in a bit of a bind, dehydrated as such. I have lemonade, but you can get it for 300 gems.
Oh my god! Well, I know I've got a hated character, but I can't think of who the hell it is. Shit, Hito! I can't believe you stumped me on this one, man.
I think I got one right here.
Epic, what you got?
Well, it's related to some character that I thought was cool, but at the end of the day, he's pretty much a shitbag if you think about it. And that is this guy right here. If you notice what he looks like,
the king of the cosmos from Katamari.
It's so fucking ruthless because he fucking destroyed the whole star system out of the sky,
and he makes you clean up his fucking mess,
and he despises you as the son, the prince. As you play as, he despises him, saying how, you're small. You clean up my mess while I'm going watch some baseball game or something.
Can we just add to the fact? Can we just add to the fact that when I was doing the Virgin Star and I had to kidnap women for the giant star, he literally called all the women that I captured mild looking. So he dissed like 118 women in one shot, and I'm like, you know, they may be mixed in this ball, but at the end of the day, they can still hear you.
Yeah, he's right there, like right there as you collecting them, and they're like, "What is going on?" It's just, and the freaking dad just being such a prick, just saying names and all that such, and because he's the big guy upstairs, the king of all cosmos, being as a god, and just throwing insults at you as if there were just nothing, and it's just so hilarious, but yet I despise that. You know what? Because I can tolerate that, but it's just. He's such an asshole.
He really is.
He is.
All right, I got one, but it's not really exactly PlayStation, but screw it. He's shown up on PlayStation games plenty.
Mm-hmm.
Any incarnation of the character Patches from the Soulsborne series. And if you don't know who Patches is, if you ever meet a guy in Bloodborne, in Dark Souls, in Elden Ring, and you meet a guy named Patches, don't do what he says. Just kill him, because otherwise he's stabbing you in the back.
I don't think I recall about a guy named Patches.
He is absolutely terrible. He is the closest thing I can say to a character that I just outright hate. Me kind of agrees. Like, I kid you not, in the game Elden Ring, you can run into him and you fight him as a mini boss. And halfway through, when he gets to or about a third of his health left, he starts begging for mercy, saying, "Oh, he thought that you were a monster, I did not stop. I just killed him, and my friends who were with me were like, dude, you didn't even show mercy. It's because I've been betrayed by Patches too many times. I do not trust him.
All right,
Patches.
John, you're up next. Character that you hate in a PlayStation game.
Most hated character?
Yep.
I have to go with, and I know I brought these games up already, but I have to go with Core from Jak 2.
Oh,
see him
Oh,
Very
He is a
early
bastard.
on in the game, and spoilers for those who haven't played Jak 2, by the way, but you see him very early on in the game as this
Jak 2 is
big
what they
bad
look like.
that summons himself through some kind of otherworldly portal that ends up taking you to another dimension of sorts, which just so happens to be the future. After you recover from some kind of incapacitation in regards to the city leader's guards catching you, then you escape. You end up finding him again, only for him to have this old man-like figure. And even then, that robotic form that he has takes place in many more instances throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it all comes down to him, this final moment in the game where you see him as, quote, the leader of the robot army, the metalheads, or something like that. And it's up
His
to
reveal
you.
was done really well.
Yeah, I like his character was done so well as
I
the
loved him
ultimate
when you
backstab,
meet.
and I hate him for that.
You meet him in the city, and it's like, oh, he's such a great old man. He's so helpful to you. It's like I got no
But
problem.
you find out what he's been doing.
Yeah, then you find out that he's the leader of the metalheads. It's like, oh, I hate you now.
I'm like, how dare you make me like you? Now I hate you, and now we got.
Yes, that is. And to me,
we weren't supposed to like him.
I mean, we didn't know.
yeah, it's like, we didn't know he was actually a giant monster.
In my defense, as a character in Jak 3, Viger is somebody that I love to hate.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, I would say yeah.
That'll definitely
Because
do
he
it.
plays he's like the ultimate, hey, I pulled a dick move character.
Hi guys, I'm a dick. Yeah, let's move on.
That'll do it.
It's like, hey, you guys want to get into a dick waving contest? I'll beat you.
Ew, sir.
Oh my god, put that away. There's like children. I'm gonna stop. No, there isn't. There should not be 18 plus channel, my friends. I'm kidding. Let's be stupid. But now we're getting to the good stuff. Favorite PlayStation item to use?
Oh boy, where can I start?
Can you? My God, man.
Items. Ooh,
Listen. I told you we're going to go in depth on original PlayStation games and the items you can use. Favorite item?
Does an item have to be an object?
That's the definition of item. Can you be more specific?
If I was gonna go, you know what? No, I'll
Okay,
save it for later.
I'll make this easier for you. An object or weapon in the game. In an original PlayStation game. There you go. Does that make sense now?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
The Bahamut materials in Final Fantasy VII. I never get tired of using those.
Deities don't count.
Fuck.
Deities don't count. You can't just come in with Bahamut as a freaking sword and just be like, okay, this is my Bahamut.
No, that's the thing. You need an item to use him. You need the specific item in Final Fantasy VII to use him. It counts.
Okay. You got a point. But, okay.
Look, I am currently playing through that game on my channel. I know this shit.
Can we?
Phoenix Down in Final Fantasy
Oh my
VII.
In order to summon the deities, you do need the item.
That's fair.
Mhm.
I would like to summon a fat chocobo, please. Giant chocobo. Big, plumpy chocobo. King chocobo. Bring him to me, please. I love that.
Oh, Fat Chocobo, one of the best characters.
He's just rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. It's because
He has
he's...
his best life, and I'm not about to judge him.
Yep. All right, so Bubs chose materia items.
I ain't got one. Now. It popped in my head right now.
If you say Wumpa Fruit, I'm gonna...
No, surprisingly, no.
I almost said
I would have.
bazooka.
Yeah, I was gonna say yes for that, but no. I remember something that I had fun of. That is in the Jak 2 and Jak 3. The jet board. I love using that thing. It's so good. It's just like because in Jak 2, there was a one part where you did get introduced with the jet board, and you go to the stadium to practice with it, a la Tony Hawk Pro Skater style, where you had to score points in order to do the mission to pass on. And yeah, it makes you want to do it over and over. And I keep failing on that because I don't know how to do tricks and stuff. So it took me like, I would say maybe an hour or so to finally get it right. And I learned all the tricks, and I love using it outside of the city and anywhere I go, just to run forward to the next objective besides using the car. So it's literally one of my favorite things to use in the game. It makes me laugh so hard every time I fail and fall into the water by accident and get killed by a freaking bomb like an idiot. So yeah,
right.
that's my answer.
All right. John, I'm looking at you.
Mine is kind of universal because it appears in every single game in its franchise. The power missiles from Twisted Metal.
Oh,
Oh yeah, no, I'll give you that.
It's one of the most satisfying things. See, aside from the normal rockets that you've got fire missiles and homing missiles that have tracking. Like the fire missile is faster and more powerful, but its tracking is poor. And you have the homing missile, which is basically the most balanced weapon in the game. But the power missile, that one's like the most satisfying one because it's straight firing. There's no traction on it at all, but it's one of the things that deals the most damage in the entire game. And it's been a recurring weapon in the series. It's been in the first one. It's been in the most recent one. It's been in every game in between. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Are you a
guys.
salesman? You sound like a TV salesman right there.
It does sound like it almost. Yeah.
Like, you ever seen the original 1980s Transformers cartoon? You sounded like a junkie on it.
Wow.
All right.
You know what's funny?
Did I just make a too niche of a reference for this group?
Myself.
Wait, say that again. Wait, say that again.
So did I just make too niche of a reference for this group? Because man, that just made me feel old. The gray on my beard is spreading.
So none of us were in the 80s, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Neither was I. I didn't own this movie until the 2000s.
It's fair.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Admit, although I am a 91 baby, so.
All right. So my item. I want all the gadgets from Ape Escape, including the morph gear.
Oh boy.
Listen, the morph. Listen, I'm gonna put the morph gear away for a second. The gadgets starting off, a stun club and a net is okay, but the super hoop and the sky flyer are specifically some of the best ones to have because at the end of the day, I kind of want to go over. I kind of want to take it to like Central Park or something and test out the sky flyer and go into like the Block Island castle thing, or using the super hoop to just like dash away from the cops because you know what, at the end of the day I can get away with that a little bit just because I was in Central Park at 1 a.m. You can't stop me. I'm fast as fuck, boy. That's kind of the point of the speed hoop. Super hoop. The slingback shooter's good. It's just a slingshot, but exploding pellets are great and guided pellets are great. What else? The monkey radar is great, but I would just like to use that radar for other things as well, like the zoom in camera.
What?
I have a need, okay, Epic? Jesus. Anyway.
But it's a monkey radar, so what it only does for monkeys.
But
what are you gonna repurpose it for?
Technically
we might share enough DNA with monkeys.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Exactly. So there you go. We could just fine-tune it a little bit. And then we also had the remote control car, which honestly, the fact that was a gadget was hilarious because you're just using a remote control car to torture these monkeys out of a hidey hole that they were in, which is great. But then also the magic punch is great too because it breaks it breaks stone columns and others. I'm like, can I just get the magic punch just to knock someone out? It's just a boxing glove on a string. I love that. Like, it's a boxing glove on a string. But the morph gear, which I'm going specifically for this, the morph gear in Ape Escape 3 basically allows you to transform into certain type of classes of things. So in 3, you have the knight, the cowboy, the ninja, the genie dancer, the martial artist, and then the superhero. And they each came with like some really cool technique. Specifically, I want the ninja just so I can like multiply myself and then just do the giant flying squirrel nonsense, parachuting slowly. So just it's great. And then also wall running and literally balancing on wires to get to places. I'm like, I want this. Can I have this? Does it come with the song when I'm transformed? I want the song too. Give it to me. Thank you.
I would definitely go for that if I had to.
Oh, wait. So there was no idol costume, just one of the characters was an idol. And that was Yumi. She was the easy mode in the game because some monkeys actually have heard of Yumi and are fans of hers. So they'll just stand still, you know, fangirling over, oh my god, it's Yumi. She looks amazing. She looks great. She has a net. Wait, what?
Recon did... Oh, go ahead, Hito.
Oh, no. That's all I was going to say.
Mekon did ask a couple of questions as well that I feel like I can easy enough answer because I fucking love the Mega Man series.
Yep.
And for me, the best item in Mega Man 8, if I'm going for just stupid silliness, is the fact that Rush turns into a freaking motorcycle in that one.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's just so much fun to use. As for like boss weapons, that's beautiful to see. I think I've got X. I thought I had X5 here, but I'm not seeing it.
Mm.
I would say, like, weapon-wise, I'd say Flash Grenade or Astro Crash were the ones I used the most because I love a good screen nuke. As for Legends 1 and 2, well, my answer is the same for both of them. My stereotypical answer would be the Shining Laser because I love ultimate weapons, and the Shining Laser, once you put the effort into it, is a monster. My silly answer would be the Vacuum Arm, because the grab radius in those games is bullshit. And the Vacuum Arm makes you actually able to pick things up.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, no, I will. Again, those are games I will defend. I got, like, right here, I got a physical copy of Legends 2. I paid $60 freaking for a PS1 game in the year of, I don't know, like, sometime in the 20-teens. And I do not regret it. I've got Legends 1 on my N64, where it's just known as Mega Man 64.
I will suck. There we go.
Yeah, when I stream these games now, Hito, I'm stealing that. I am going to use that until my viewers are upset with it.
I already did on Mega Man Legends 1, so to be fair, there we go.
I am blatantly stealing it. I am not, and I will not apologize for it. That is my kind of dirty joke.
I'm waiting to play 2 at some point because 1 kind of annoyed me with the final boss a little bit. But yeah,
really, I find 1 has the better final boss between the two of them.
The final boss was, I wasn't ready, and I still won. I still won.
Mega Man Juno will punish people who are not ready for him.
Oh no, but I still won even though I wasn't ready for him. So yeah, I did it the hard way.
You know what? Hard mode is still beating the game, and that's what matters.
But yes. Now we're going to the commercial hour. Well, not the commercial hour, but like there's commercials that we show now from PlayStation games.
Ooh.
So now we're gonna see some old time commercials for PlayStation games. Because why the frick not?
I especially love all the Crash Bandicoot commercials that they show when the guy dresses up as Crash Bandicoot just messing around with people and just wreck
Nintendo and oh no, it was just Nintendo at that point. Microsoft wasn't in the game yet, but he would absolutely have gone to Microsoft headquarters and called them out.
Yeah. But he also went to Nintendo too, to call them out.
Oh no, that is my favorite one, is that he went to Nintendo and called them out.
Your nightmare has come. But I also love the other ones in the other games where, like, with Crash 3, I think. I think it was 2, where he went to the airport to try to go through the metal detector, but he keeps getting called out because he has so many things in his freaking pockets. And he keeps putting it out until Jackpack was out there. I'm like, oh, dude, you cannot bring that. Come on.
There's two commercial sets that I clearly very vividly remember besides Crash. One would be the Spyro ones with that really disturbing looking sheep that was always like.
Oh, the animatronic sheep.
Yes, that thing always disturbed me. Like,
You mean this? You mean this one?
Oh no.
Wait, what? Yeah, that.
Oh yeah, that's him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was watching.
You might say
Vinny Vine saws reacting to old commercials, and that one popped out of there too.
The way he blows
Oh my god, it's so messed up. But like, I remember it so vividly. It got me excited. Like, Spyro is my absolute favorite series. I couldn't tell you how many times I've played different games on my channel. But like, just such vivid memory.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at a Crash commercial.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yes, please.
So we had a whole bunch of these, but yes.
Oh, I got one for you to look up
Here we go.
after this. I think these other two are gonna fully agree with me on it.
Let's see. There he is.
Oh my god.
Look at this. Look at this monstrosity of a marsupial, man. Just trying to blatantly call out.
You're hurting my elbow.
Bummer.
You're hurting my elbow.
Oh, elbow?
Just hold him by the elbow.
Like, you're hurting my elbow, though.
Oh. But no,
Oh,
here's one for you to look up, Hito. The Ratchet and Clank gun testing commercials.
Oh yes! Oh my god,
Wait for
those
it.
were
We had to put
hilarious.
this one in.
Oh, is this the? Oh, yeah, I remember this. He just keeps going around town just to call out people in the middle of the night. It's like, what the hell, man? What do you have anything else to do?
Can we talk how Crash was like the Jehovah's Witness of PlayStation?
Yes, he pretty much was.
Fucking menace.
He is a marsupial. What do you expect?
Come down there and kick your ass.
If I ever see someone dressing up as Crash just to tell me like, dude, you're missing out. Play this thing. I'm like, okay,
Here we
but
go.
sir, I'm trying to sleep.
You know what? I have been to multiple furry conventions, and I don't know how I've never seen someone dressed up as Crash Bandicoot.
Here we go.
Yeah, that thing could be very hot and heavy inside.
Oh, compared to some of the suits that I've seen, nope. That might be one of the lighter ones.
Yep, that's the one exactly for Crash 2. That's what I remember.
Now, that one is my favorite of the series.
Same. Same.
Yeah, I know a lot of people say 3. Don't get me wrong. 3 is amazing.
It is amazing.
But 2's my first.
Up.
Even though I would say 1 was
Wait for
my
it. Wait for it.
all-time favorite because of, how innovative it was back then. But 2 will be my greatest favorite.
No match for the Bandicoot. Poetry in motion.
Like the business guy, like, oh, that's
He just
pretty
played
cool.
with the game while he's just hijacking the whole airport.
Okay,
We got that guy.
I got one for you. Because we're still in the PlayStation 1 era.
No, that's fine. What do we got?
You know we gotta
We gotta.
believe. We gotta believe.
That's one.
Little toilet, already sold it, ribbit, in the rain or in the
I remember seeing this, and I was like, "What is this? What's going on? Why are these people rapping? What is this for?"
Great new music video.
And then this came out. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Can't get it out of your head.
This was one of the more annoying games for me to play because it was not done correctly.
Yeah.
Every single day stress comes
That was never any good. Like these, between Jammer Lammy and Parappa the Rapper, that proved to me that I was no good at rhythm games. I'm still not great at that.
I was not great into rhythm games back then, but slowly I succumbed into them when I listened to more music, and then I pretty much am decent at it. So I just never got into it with Parappa the Rapper at all. So yeah.
I think the first time I really like Guitar Hero was absolutely when I started getting into rhythm games more. And
Yeah, sort of for me, yeah, too.
And honestly, I sucked. Like, I played on easy mode, one of the easiest songs ever, and I still couldn't freaking pass it. Like, I was that bad.
This is the one that started everything. Step on the gas, step on the brakes.
Oh, great. the driving list.
Bam. This was the one.
This was your nightmare, wasn't it?
Yes. Oh my god.
In your stream when I was there, I was watching.
Oh
you
my
trying to
god.
beat the level.
No, this song pissed me off so much. I got it so stuck in my head that I literally was monotonously singing it. I'm just like, check and turn the signal to the right. I'm just like, oh my god. I'm just terrible. Terrible. Oh god. Oh god. I never want to do that one again. I like the game, but if it worked properly, you know, I'd be fine. But no.
Play the PS4 version though.
I am perfectly fine never touching one of those games again in my life.
You can play the PS4 version, you know?
Them. I appreciate them for what they are. I appreciate them for what they did. Like they're some of the best rhythm games out there and all that. Blah blah blah.
You were talking about the Devastator weapon.
That's one of them. There's a lot of other weapons they did commercials of.
I went through and showed my wife all of these after we played through some after I played through some Ratchet and Clank games for her. Oh my god, she was on the floor. She fell.
Missed and hit the tree.
That looks painful.
Look, in their defense, that does not look like a very accurate weapon.
It's not.
You know what? You should show the. What was it, the vacuum one when they suck up everything and they bring in the freaking.
I gotta change my answer from an earlier question about favorite item in any game.
Yeah.
I gotta go with the Rhino.
The Rhino is very
version.
Ratchet and Clank
The,
up your
and the
arsenal.
fact that it's called the Rip You a New One just makes it all the better. Oh, the lava gun. Like, what is happening?
I would too.
What the fuck?
Like all the other ones, they're in a nice, safe area away from being.
It makes a lot of shit. Where do these kids get these weapons from?
Gadgetron and Slim Cognito.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Oh, here's one of my personal favorites. The Sly Cooper commercial.
Is it from the first one?
Does not care about the safety of its customers. Why would they care the age?
You ready? You ready for it? This is the one.
Yeah, I saw this one from Vinny Vines.
Anybody you recognize?
This one's really good. Like this was honestly one of the better PlayStation commercials I've seen.
Here you go.
Like they went through so much of just putting everything together.
You're sitting here lying to me, wasting my time. You're a liar, and I know you're a liar.
Sly Cooper, he's one cunning, devious raccoon. Everything need for everyone.
Literally putting animals over there and just to act it like this is so serious because they needed to catch that raccoon.
I mean, yes, they did. Oh, here we go. The Ape Escape one.
Oh yeah, the monkeys. The monkeys.
Monkey.
The monkey.
Here we go. You just got gypped of your truck.
You know, this would be like a family-friendly version of Planet of the Apes, if you think about it.
It is. Except it's not a planet. Except it's not a planet. It's just traveling through time.
Yeah, you're right. So
I hate how much sense that makes.
It's
right. See. We should have a movie of it.
Oh god, no.
Why not? That could be fun.
No.
Hey, it'd be fun for the kids.
No.
You don't want an Ape Escape movie?
I mean, that would be funny. I'm not gonna lie. That would be funny. And now we have the Jack and Daxter commercial.
Hell yeah! Let's go.
The original one for the Precursors Legends.
The very first one.
Right, damn it.
Yeah, this one. Oh my god, I love
Adventures unlike anything you've ever imagined before await you, where the mysteries of the past are unveiled and darkness broods. There looms a beacon of hope.
I'm Daxter. He's Jack. He's with me.
A new legacy is born, ready for everyone.
Stay fuzzy. Save the world. Choices.
Oh man,
Jack, he's with me.
You gotta love it when Daxter always tries to steal the spotlight just to see how cool he is.
Daxter, you gotta add quotations around that one.
Yeah. Oh, there's also another commercial where he was trying to steal the girls, and the girls goes over for Jack instead.
He does get the girl eventually.
He does.
Yeah, he does. Which I'm proud of him for. Honestly, he does deserve it.
Yeah, but it makes you question that girl's taste.
Yep.
I mean,
both.
I wouldn't question it because
emotional.
honestly, people can be weird.
Okay, but my concern is he only goes up to her knee.
Yeah, that happens way
I
too
know
much.
Jack 3 fixes that. Spoiler alert for an almost 20-year-old game.
It's funny. It's a
It's
funny way that they do that, which honestly I have no problem with because it makes me laugh a lot.
Oh no, it's hilarious.
Here we go.
And honestly, the start.
Here we go.
Ever try
That's
fighting
one
a
of the
dozen
live
monkeys
action
at
ones they did.
once? Those
It
guys
was
make purse
hilarious.
snatchers seem like Boy Scouts. You fight me
Daxter always
300-foot
tries to
robots
make himself
today?
as a hero, even though it always Jack is the one that
think so.
saves the day.
It looks like your partner's doing all the work.
Like, dude,
Maybe it
you save the
looks that
world.
way
You're short,
to the
man.
untrained eye. Huh?
So it all goes to his head.
Hey, big guy!
Yeah.
Like when the few times
A
something
new
goes right,
legacy
it just goes to his
ready
head.
for everyone.
All right, we have done the commercials. We have done a majority of the commercials of most games. Now,
Oh,
we're
yes,
not watching myself though. That's not gonna happen. Nope. There we go. All right, guys, we're up to the next part, and this is where we're gonna do things a little bit differently.
Why do I suddenly feel concerned? Do I need to go make myself another drink before we get into this?
No, but you,
No, I don't think we need to concern ourselves.
but you will, but you will cry a little bit.
What?
You will cry a little bit. Oh god.
I guess I don't know if I like this or not.
I'm kidding. You're not gonna cry. You probably will shed a tear or two, but that's about it.
Okay.
I mean, the only way you're gonna get me to cry is if you give me news on the level of Spiral Reignited Trilogy. And spoiler alert, you're probably not.
So about that.
Oh my god.
So about
is
that. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
I mean, honestly, if you had told me that they announced Spyro 4, yeah, I would have probably dropped out of this call and looked up the trailer and watched it for the
Everybody
rest of my
is
night.
So-
really hoping for it to come out.
We have a tier list of assorted
I was expecting.
of assorted games.
Yeah, I was expecting you were gonna do that.
Hey, it could have been the top. It could have been the top 5 list. You don't know.
True. Which would have been very hard to pick out because let's be honest, it's
So-
a lot.
We're gonna start with some of these games here. We got Ace Combats 2 and 3 as our starters. Which I should actually do this before we do anything. Add a row below, and then after that, take over that row because there's gonna probably be things that we've never played before, and they never ever count it.
Would be these first two on the list for me.
Same. I wasn't an Ace Combat fan.
I was never into it.
I
haven't played the Ace Combat games either, but there's something about 3 that's really interesting. And I end up going out of topic with this, but there's a point somewhere, there's like a timeline in the Namco game library that connects universes like Galaga and Dig Dug into the same timeline. And it starts with Ace Combat 3.
You know, there's
yourself, United Galaxy Space Force. It exists. And I'm like the biggest fanatic over this stuff because they're my company.
There's also a Namco dating sim where you just date the Galaga ship, so you know that's kind of also another thing.
Yeah, I remember that was a thing. That was funny.
I only know that exists because of Jaden Animations.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Honestly,
same here.
If I was doing my Maydate event on my channel still, I think that'd be one of the games I'd play. Because I wanted to try and start a tradition where I played every May I would play dating sims, but I did it 1 year, and then the next year I was like, I really don't want to do this again. I do not like
Speaking of
I'll do them on occasion, but I don't know if I can do a full event of them like I did last time because a bunch of people were saying I needed to play Asagao Academy and Dream Daddy.
Dream Daddy's definitely good.
I loved Dream Daddy far more than I expected to.
Yeah,
all right, so before we continue this, choose the S that you want to give the God tier immediately. You each get one.
All right.
Pyro 2.
Crash 2.
Did you say Ripto's Rage?
I said Ripto's Rage. I will stand by that. Fight me.
People have said that Ripto's Rage is one of the better Spyro games. So I can see that. I can see that. Literally, like I feel weird because I know that with Crash 2 being everyone's favorite, and also with Spyro, people said 2 was their favorite. So it really is funny when you look at it that way.
All right, John, what's your God tier?
As a whole, I understand why people say 3 is better.
Twisted Metal 2.
Ooh.
It's the best 2 out of all the 2s up there.
That's 2.
I mean, you can go ahead and be wrong about that. Cole saying Final Fantasy 7.
So
honestly, that is actually his favorite game, and me and him have gone on long discussions about it. We love that game.
So, I have a game that I'll automatically God tier, but it's not one of the best games in the list.
What is it?
But I'm going to put it up there anyway because I love it and it gives me memories. Digimon World 1.
Oh.
You know what, man? I'm not even going to fight you on that one. Go for it.
So
I mean, I have no comment. I never played any of the Digimon games.
Oh, you got to fix that.
You really do.
I mean,
Digimon has...
It's fine. Like, I don't mind the way the franchise, but it just never was my cup of tea.
The issue that I have with Digimon is that every single one of its games is different from another one.
They have different. Okay, so here's the thing. For the PlayStation, that is true. Digimon World is more like is taking care of a Tamagotchi that poops every 5 seconds, and then 2 is a dungeon crawler, and 3 is a straight up RPG. But then after that, you have to remember, in each of the systems that the Digimon games came out for, they have branched out to specifically these 3 styles. Specifically these 3 styles.
That's true. You know what? That is very true. I'll give you that.
Example, the DS games branched out to Digimon World 3's style. The same thing with the Cyber Sleuth series. That also branched out into that same style too.
And then New Order is following just the original style.
But much better. But I still
so much better.
But I still love this one because, again, all I have to say is my Digimon went to shit most of the time. But then again, they didn't, because then whenever I had Numemon, I would immediately trade it for the teddy bear. I need Monzaemon in my life. Lovely attack for the win. Yes. Okay. Cool.
Monzaemon's pretty solid. I'll give you that.
I had the most busted Monzaemon. It was fully trained because I found the cheats for the deluxe mushroom.
Oh my god.
And I fed that deluxe mushroom to that monster. I'm just like, so do you want a hug? Do you want a hug? I'm like, but the offense is over 1,000. Do you want a hug?
I picture you just shoving these mushrooms down this thing's throat. And honestly, have any of you guys seen the movie Super Troopers? Because I'm just reminded of the opening of that.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie, honestly. It's been a while.
Oh, the whole opening was just about these guys trying to hide their shrooms from a cop by having their buddy in the car eat all of the shrooms. Like a solid.
Now I remember. Yeah, I remember that part. Yeah, now I remember.
It goes as poorly as you expect.
Definitely. But yeah, that was one of the big things that I would do. I would go crazy on that one, and I would kick some serious butt on that one too. So it was fun for me. But Digimon World 1 was great, and now we can continue the list. Ape Escape.
It would go for. I mean, I would say I'm gonna let you handle that one here, since you're the big Ape Escape.
Honestly, S. It was a very different time for the game, and the controls, although different, were actually really solid.
Yeah, I would say for S too. Yeah.
I mean, I can't really say one way or the other, but I know just from the legacy it left, it deserves no less than an A.
Right.
Right.
So
I wouldn't mind for an A too.
I mean, the Dual Shock exists in part because of this game.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So yeah, A or S, I think it fits perfectly fine in either of those.
All right. So I'm an S as well. John, what is your score on this one?
I haven't played any of the Ape Escape games, so count me out.
I mean, neither did I. I gave what I thought of from just my experience on the internet.
It's fair. All right. Next game is Armored Core.
I am not
the
sure
original.
So take it away. You got that one.
All right, so my experience with the Armored Core series started with the third one, and I'd say that's where it hit its stride. I would say B or C for the original. Like, the first two games were really rough. They didn't really... The controls weren't fully figured out yet, and customization was extremely limited, but that's probably just because of the disk space. So yeah, I would say B or C. The series got a lot better.
Nice. All right, so B or C. I'll put it in B.
All right.
All right, next up is Barbie's Explorer.
Well, clearly I did not play that one. I was not.
I don't think any of us have played Barbie's Explorer.
About that.
Okay.
I had cousins who had Barbie games because they're girls. Their parents had to buy them Barbie games.
Yeah.
But honest to God, no higher than D.
No higher than D.
I expect it would be like around D.
Like oh my God, I have played so many Barbie games by visiting my cousin, and I never want to play another one.
All right, Legacy of Kain.
Oh, easily B or A. That series is amazing.
I have to give this one an A too.
I haven't played that one.
That is actually a series that I really want to play. According to my brother, they're on. Most of them are on Steam now that you can buy them. So that kind of excites
me.
Back then, that was definitely like the big one to do. Like, oh, you're a girl, get her a Barbie game.
Yes.
Barbie game. Barbie game. What? Female Barbie game.
I mean, I should also say, because of my cousins, I did get to experience the joy of Echo the Dolphin. So I guess it wasn't all bad.
The joys? There are joys?
I was a kid. I never got far enough to see the Eldritch Abominations that those series became.
I beat that game, and I cried.
Yes, because it's horrifying. I've seen the Alien Queen. It's awful. The only Alien Queen I ever
Hold on a sec, guys.
In my defense, the music in Echo the Dolphin is pretty good.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah,
I put some of it in my chill time music playlist because it's so like atmospheric and it feels ambient almost, and I love it for that.
Yeah.
Also, the only Alien Queen I ever want to see is a freaking Xenomorph Queen. I like those.
You got me. I have no idea.
The game in question.
Yeah. Oh, is that Bloody Roar? Okay, that is one that I do have experience with. Not a lot. I'd say C, honestly.
I'll say C too, because to my understanding, it was good enough to get its sequel.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I would say Bloody Roar 1 a C, Bloody Roar 2 a B.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I would say, yeah.
Never played.
Me neither.
I've played a lot of Bomberman, but never played that one.
Character that was in their prime during the 90s have a kart driving spinoff.
They always do. They
Mario, Sonic,
spin-off.
Crash Bandicoot, Bomberman.
In my opinion, the only two there that are competing are going to be CTR and Mario Kart. I have yet to play a kart racer that comes anywhere near those two.
Yeah, well. Yeah, those are.
I'll be that guy. I didn't get into Diddy Kong Racing. Is it good? Absolutely. But I still think that... Okay, I won't say Mario Kart 64 was better, but Mario Kart as a whole, I think it improved a lot.
No, yeah. Because I know that a lot of people have got into 64 because of how innovative it was for a kart racing game. And so I know a lot of people that I know that loves Mario Kart have gone into Mario Kart 64 for its first time. So it would be the case that Mario Kart 64 has done a lot for people to get into the series. So
yeah, I would agree. It's a good gateway.
That is an A for me, honestly.
Bomberman was always a Nintendo series for me. I never touched its PlayStation counterparts.
That's fine.
I think for Bomberman, B is just kind of pretty natural. I don't think Bomberman's ever had a quote unquote bad game.
Yeah, I mean, well,
he's got rougher games, but I don't know if I'd ever call any of them just outright bad.
Okay, but are we forgetting the one game that nobody wants to talk about?
Which one?
The stupid reboot one.
What, Super Bomberman R?
No, not that one. The one that the greedy reboot that they made that is supposed to be like.
Oh, the Xbox.
Yes.
Bomberman Zero.
Are we not going to talk about?
We're not going to talk about that one.
Yeah, I was going to say no such thing as a bad Bomberman game. No. Look no further to the one on Xbox.
We don't talk about that. B or A. That one, I streamed that game last year, and oh my god, I'm so happy to have experienced it.
The music,
you guys can have
Musashi is fantastic.
Oh, John, I absolutely agree. You know, I do have one complaint about Musashi though. That game is fucking punishing at times.
Which is why I never wanted to get into it.
I had it on a demo disc years ago, back when that was a thing, probably one of the Toys R Us ones. Never actually owned it. So when I finally found it affordable at a secondhand store nearby, I was like, I have to jump on that. Because I was only seeing it for $250 online, and these guys had it for $60. And I was like, nope, I'll take it.
Sadly, I
only played Lost in Time. I never played Bugs and Taz.
I didn't play either of them.
Okay, for Lost in Time, I would give that one a high C, low B, so dealer's choice where you drop it. I think it'd be fine in either one of those. And, yeah, Bugs and Taz, I just don't know. That looks like no, that's not Parasite Eve. Oh, nope, no experience.
Okay.
Bushido Blade is a really interesting. It's like a weapons-based fighter, so games like Samurai Showdown, but it's more realistic. It also plays like an arena fighter.
Isn't that the one where it's like? Isn't that the one where it's?
I was muted this whole time.
Wait, what?
It was one of the one-hit knockout ones.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, God.
It's a more realistic weapons-based fighter where you play as some kind of samurai characters and you're wandering around in this 3D arena trying to tag your opponent. And the moment you tag your opponent, one or two slices and boom, you're done. An interesting concept. It gained a sequel eventually, but I haven't seen very much of it around. We could give it like a good B for the most part.
All right, so we'll give Bushido Blade the series itself just the B's.
The B.
Not the bees.
Not the bees.
All right, next up, I can.
Oh, you touch my tra-la-la. My ding-ding-dong.
All right, so the next one is the Bust a Move series, and honestly, both of these are really good, and I'm pretty much the big talk when it comes to here.
You going here? I did not play much of it though.
Never played.
The move is great.
Yes, someone.
If any of you guys have seen the bubble shooter concept, where you start at the bottom of the screen and there's an array of circles or bubbles on the opposite side of the screen. Shoot one, match a few colors, and they pop. You could drop some down onto the bottom of the floor. That's basically where the concept started, was the Bust a Move puzzle bobble games.
Mm-hmm. All right, so now here's the thing, though. My favorite one's not here, which is 2.
Oh.
Weird.
4 was fine, but 4 added the chain bubble mechanic, which was not so great, so I would like to put 4 in C. 99, I'll put in B.
Okay.
Because the thing is, when that happens, it's just very much not a fun thing for it to happen. It sucks when the chain bubbles were kicked in because it's like it kind of basically lost the feeling of the game, and that's kind of like I didn't want that to happen. Does that make sense? Like I didn't enjoy the fact that the game changed up so much at this point that it's not even the game anymore.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right, next up is Capcom and SNK Pro.
That's a no for me.
Never
Fighting
played
games
it.
are not for me. Fighting games are not for me.
John's saying C.
John got the floor. Okay, Castlevania Chronicles.
Crossover fighter between different companies. You get Street Fighter, Darkstalkers, and you get characters from SNK like Terry from Fatal Fury, Ryo from Art of Fighting, maybe Haomaru from Samurai Showdown if you get lucky. The second one on PS2 and basically a bunch of other consoles, then I feel like that put the formula a lot better.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Castlevania Chronicles.
Haven't played that one.
Haven't played that one.
It's Castlevania, so I already have a good bias towards it. So I would say for Chronicles, I think I'd have to lean towards a C on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see Symphony of the Night is coming up next. I don't know. Does anyone argue with an A rank for that one?
Nope.
No, I mean, I have not played much of the Castlevania series, so you can have on that, honestly.
John?
That is an A,
Yep.
no question.
That pretty much, yeah, because a lot of people I know loves that game.
All right. Chrono
It's so much
Cross.
fun. And if you want a fun way to play it, get a randomizer of Symphony of the Night. That is so much fun.
All right. Chrono Cross.
Oh, John, I randomized
that
a
one.
lot of games. And Chrono Cross, only played a little bit of it. I would give it a B. It's an interesting RPG and a follow-up to a phenomenal RPG.
I would give this a B as well.
Yeah.
Seems reasonable.
All right.
Yeah, like Chrono Trigger is absolutely the better of the two, but honest to God, it had a great sequel.
Y'all already know what's coming. The Crash Bandicoot series. We have 1, 3, Bash, and CTR. In order, let's do this.
Well, what we're going to do first?
So we're going to do the first one. Where do you want to put this?
For
Crash
me,
Bandicoot? B.
Yep, I agree.
I would disagree on that, honestly. I would go for either A or S for me.
My issue with the original Crash Bandicoot is not so much the gameplay itself. It plays extraordinarily well. My issue is when you go for the 100%, and the fact that you have to perfect every single level.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot. I'm convincing myself. You know what? Yeah, I think I gotta give it an A.
Because I can agree with you there, because when I was a kid, I would try to go for the 100%, but they always kicked my ass no matter what. And
Insane Trilogy did it right where only the color gems required perfection.
Yes.
That's how it should have been.
It should have been like that. But for me, I never stopped playing the first one a lot, even though the second game was supposed to be my ultimate favorite because they fixed up a lot of things and made the game feel balanced in a way of difficulty and, fairness in some aspect.
But hold on, but the first game wasn't a part of that, though. The game wasn't as fair as anything, because there were certain things that you weren't worried. Especially since someone brought up a certain stage that to this day I'm still mad at.
What, the Road to Nowhere?
No.
Stormy Ascent.
Stormy Ascent was worse.
Even though that wasn't in the original. It was only in the Insane Trilogy.
Stormy Ascent was purely insane. It was Slippery Climb, I think, is the one that was in.
Yeah, but you got to remember, this was actually no, because if you go into the coding of Crash Bandicoot,
if you go into the coding, Stormy Ascent existed. Yes,
because the devs did not want to bring it out because they deemed it was too hard for the players, and that's why they cut it out.
Hence, why I'm making the point here, like the fact that the devs even tried to make that a level. That should tell you already the balancing issues of the first Crash Bandicoot.
That's fair.
That's fine. Like, I can understand that, but I mean, I don't know if I want to bring up a little thing about Crash 4, where the devs thought that the levels they made they thought it was easy, even though getting like the 100% was not easy at all.
All right.
So I'm like, are you guys high? Are you guys on crack? Like, what the
All
fuck?
right, let's get through the next 3 as quickly as possible because they're all a part of the same series at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Warped.
They are, and Crash 3 is easily an A or an S.
A or an S, even though I go for 2 the most, but A would be the like a high A for me for 3.
I can agree with A. Crash Bash, the Mario Party.
Crash Bash is a C.
By far.
This is an interesting one.
Wait, say that again, John?
I said Warped is easily better than the original Crash Bandicoot by far.
Definitely.
Yes.
Right. But Crash Bash, honestly, it was such a thrill ride for me to just going from excitement to sadness because of how bullshit the AIs can be in certain mini games.
Yeah.
And my god, and the way to complete the levels to move on is to, win 3 times can be very time wasteful because you have to keep doing it all the time. And just makes you want to tear your hair out because of how bullshit the AI was. So,
and that's only to get the trophies.
Yeah.
And if you want to actually beat the game, you need to get crystals and gems as well.
Mhm.
That's true.
And
That's
relics.
true.
And relics.
And relics.
Relics eventually pop in too. Yeah, it's like if you get a version where you can put in the code that unlocks everything, just do that. Do not put yourself through the campaign. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't even notice about that.
All right.
Yeah, but for me, to be honest, I don't mind the game as much as it was because even though it made me so mad that it made me cry one time, but I still had somewhat fun. So I would say it's like a low B for me, but a high C for me as well.
All right, CTR.
CTR, A or S.
A or S. Holy shit!
It was the PlayStation kart racer. Period.
It was, and honest to God, Nitro Fuel did it so much justice. I mean, I'm biased because now I can play as my guy in it, but the original CTR was just so good.
All right, we're gonna wrap it through a few of these, okay?
That's fine.
Dance Dance Revolution.
It's. I mean, honestly, it's just.
I'm actually gonna give this a B. This was the one that started the whole Dance Dance Revolution craze.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. You know what? You gotta look at its legacy.
High B.
High B.
I would say for a low A or a high B for me.
Yep. All right, Dead or Alive, the very first one.
I have not played this one.
No comment.
Played it either.
I have played the first Dead or Alive. It's a solid B. Devil Dice, I've never played it.
Me neither. Never heard of that one.
Bubs?
No. Like I'm going through my memories. It's like, nope, nothing here. And I don't mean that just empty-headed like normal.
All right, the Digimon Digital Card Battle. I've never played it.
I hate to say, you got as much as I love Digimon, I got to sit out for these next few. I only play Digimon World, and you already put that shit in S tier where it belongs.
The spiciness. Rumble Arena was just like Smash Brothers, but with Digimon. And
Okay, so that's something I need to put on my PlayStation Classic.
But it was a C.
Rumble. Fun.
It's still fun, but still. All right. All right. This is the next one. Digimon World 2. This dungeon crawler. I want you to think about it from this. I enjoyed Digimon World a lot. And then I got 2, and I was very much like, what the fuck did they do to my game?
What did they do?
They turned it into a dungeon crawler, which
So it became the mystery dungeon of Digimon.
Yes, and it was weird because it didn't work with the system that we had before. You can't go from one play style like that. You know what I mean? Like, you can't go from one play style for your first game and then switch it up afterwards and go like, oh yeah, nobody will know the difference. I knew the difference and it scared me.
I knew the difference, you dirty liars.
Digimon World 3, I'm going to give an A. Because that was the one that actually gave us the Cyber Sleuth battle system, the DS games system. Like, they were all great. And a lot of people love Cyber Sleuth.
Cyber Sleuth is a lot of fun. I've got the collection on the Switch. I still need to actually play through them again.
Dragon Ball GT Final Bout.
Never played any Dragon Ball games until the PS2 era.
Not me.
Yep.
not DB game.
Never played that one. But I did play Ultimate Battle 22, and I will say it is a D.
Interesting.
Oh Lord.
It is a D. It was... I'm sorry. When Budokai came out, that was the one that deserved any type of things. When Budokai came out, it was a lot better. Ultimate 22 was just taking voice cuts from the game, from the anime, and the freaking characters, it was 2D styled. It was literally very stiff. Do you guys remember Dragon Ball Taiketsu for the Game Boy Advance? That was this, but
I remember the name. But
this was the PlayStation version of that. Except Taiketsu was much worse because the graphics were horrible.
Color me impressed. Didn't think that was possible.
Sounds all right.
Dragon Warrior 7.
I have only played Christ, I've only played the first 3 and 11.
I've never played this one.
I never played any of these games, even though I kind of want to get into it.
All right, so if you've never heard the game, just say no. Ready?
Yep.
Driver 2. No.
Yep.
No.
I'm great on the odd one, Matt.
Do it.
One. I know people like that game.
You get to grade it.
It's a basic ass driving game. It's Grand Theft Auto without leaving the car. Solid C for both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much like that. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto without you getting out.
Okay, the original Dynasty Warrior.
I think we got to judge this one on its legacy because it's very different from all of the others. But I think the game as itself, it's a C-level fighting game, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
It spawned a much better series than what it started as.
Right.
All right, Air Gaze. I don't know what this game is.
Air Gaze
I don't know what that is.
It was a fighting game. Its biggest selling point was the fact that Cloud was one of the playable characters.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
I only played the demo, but I remember it actually being pretty all right. I would say B.
Hey.
Oh, and I got opinions on this next one. Einhander.
Yep.
That one I absolutely give an A to.
Really?
I will defend Einhander till the day I die. It is one of the first games I'm putting on my PlayStation Classic when I can finally hack it.
No comment for me.
Love my space shooter.
All right, next up, the Final Fantasy Anthology. That had Chrono Trigger in it.
Yep, they had Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy IV.
Yep. So
I would give that A or B.
I give it a B. Oh wait, no, I had Chrono Trigger. I'll give it an A.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about Chrono Trigger?
You're right.
Yeah, man, don't forget the good one.
5 and 6.
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy 9. I'm gonna say S rank, but I have a bias. That is my favorite Final Fantasy.
I need to play that.
I actually give 9 more credit, but 8 is my favorite one. I have my reasons.
And it's not just Man with the Machine Gun.
I mean,
look, Man with the Machine Gun is one of the few good things that I can say about 8. I have a lot of opinions on 8, and I have beaten it like 4 or 5 times in my life.
Final Fantasy Origins.
Final Fantasy Origins, I mean, it's 1 and 2 re-released, but honestly, those are... Okay, 1's good, 2 is bad. I would give it high C, low B.
Low B it is. Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, that's got to be A.
I'm not a tactics guy, so no.
A it is, because I actually can attest to that one. All right, Final Fantasy VIII. That's S for me, but you can go ahead and say whatever you want.
I will defend the fact that 8 tried something interesting with the junction system, but I would still call it a B. So to compromise with you, Hito, let's call it mid-A.
Okay. And 7, I'll put in D.
Wow. Way to be so heartless.
I'm joking.
Honestly, I would call it a high A.
A high A. Although the thing is, I'm still playing the game. I'm only halfway into the game, but I would still say it was like one of the craziest and most interesting experience I've had for a Final Fantasy game. And even though I have beaten the remake version of it, so I will give it a high A, honestly, for me.
I'd give it a high B, low A, so that's for me. Only reason
it sounds like mid A is about where we're agreeing on it. Though.
Yeah, because like the thing is, I like Final Fantasy VII. However, the mechanics back. I mean, even the mechanics back then when I first started, like it's very complicated for what the PlayStation was trying to go for.
It is.
Yeah.
You can tell that it laid the groundwork because both 8 and 9 improve on things that 7 did.
Mm-hmm.
I still think 7 did some really. I love the materia system in 7.
Oh, materia! Yeah. I like the materia system.
The materia
100%.
system was great, and you can see that they tried to evolve that into the junctioning system in 8, but it didn't work as well.
All right, next one is G Darius.
Not a damn.
Nope, never heard of this.
G Darius for me is. I'm a little biased towards G Darius because I love the Darius series so much. About a mid B.
Okay.
I would go higher and say like low A, but I'm not sure if anybody else has played it, so I'll say around mid B.
None of us have played
around
it.
the same level of a 3D style 2D side shooter as Enander does. But it has this neat mechanic where you could shoot this capture ball at enemies, and you could basically have the enemies fight with you and all that jazz. You could capture like mini bosses and sick. I love it.
That actually sounds like a pretty solid mechanic. I like it.
I will actually try this game out at some point. All right, next up is Ghost in the Shell.
I didn't even know there was a freaking game for it.
Neither did I. I think I might actually.
I almost forgot about that. There was a game.
I might actually put this game.
It was one of the better PS1 games, but I personally haven't played it.
I might actually download this in my PlayStation Classic so that way my partner could play it because they love Ghost in the Shell a lot, and they actually have the tattoo from the neck to the back down.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, next up is Gradius. I already know where this is going.
I have no idea what that is.
Gradius. Gradius. Graduce.
Which Gradius? Is it 4? Gaiden?
I can barely see it.
Yeah, that is hard as hell to tell.
Hold on, let me use our zooming powers. Okay.
Zoom.
SMZ?
I can't freaking read that.
That's like a space game, like a space shooter game.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
It's a bullet hell.
Yeah, I wouldn't, but I have never played it, so yeah.
I appreciate a good bullet hell, so I would call it. I mean, hell, it's why Einander I put so high up. I would say Gradius B or C.
Yeah, that's fine.
John,
like I play a bunch of bullet hell games before.
I'm asking you because this is a Konami game, and I know for a fact that you've played a lot of the arcade games, especially the bullet hells like this one.
In B, but under G Darius.
It's Gradius Gaiden. Okay.
Ooh, that one's actually really good.
I put it in A, if anything, low A.
Gaiden takes another step away from the series because instead of having the basic Vic Viper that everybody knows from the series, you could play against a slew of 3 other ships, and they each have different playstyles.
All right. If any of you say you've played the Gran Turismo games, I'm going to give you a really stern look at 1 and 2.
Well.
Oh, God damn it.
Look, but the thing is, I have not played the first 2 games.
Good.
But I played the 3rd game, and that was actually my first PS2 game.
That's cool. We're not touching that. Okay, good. Perfect.
But I never knew about the series in general, but I know the number because I know they were on PlayStation 1.
Epic.
Throw shit at you.
Epic.
No, okay, hold on.
Epic.
Give me a reason what's wrong with 1 and 2.
We're putting it away. None of us played it. You even admitted it. Okay. Next game.
But that sounds like something is wrong with the games.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just we never played it. So I'm leaving it where it is. Never played.
Okay, fine.
I have the original Gran Turismo. I'm going to say 1 is low B, 2 is high B. 2 must have improved on it in so many different ways.
Well then.
God.
Look at you.
Fine.
Hito's getting ready to kill, motherfucker.
I'm like, okay, so people did play this game. Cool.
See?
We need to hurry through this. We have gone on essays for these.
Yeah, man. I don't see what the problem.
Grandia, here, I'll make your job easy for you, Hito. I have not played Grandia.
Neither have I.
Not me.
Fantastic, that was simple.
Wait, John, you played Grandia?
Oh, Grandia.
Okay. Guilty Gear, the original.
No, I have not played it.
I haven't played any Guilty Gear game either, but I heard this one's pretty nice.
I actually played this one. It's a decent B.
For the most part.
It's a decent B.
A decent B.
Harvest Moon. I'm putting that in A. I don't care what any of you say. I'm putting that in A.
I got nothing to say. I know my aunt loves the series, so.
Back to Nature. It's going in A. Any complaints there?
I got nothing to say, sir.
I got nothing I can say about this. I never.
I got nothing to say.
Cool.
So it's all you guys.
Cool. Klonoa. You know we got to put Klonoa. Klonoa was great.
Oh,
Klonoa is easily in the A tiers.
Indeed, an A tier.
And maybe even close to the S tier.
I would say close, but I don't know if it breaks into that.
Yeah,
Fuck it, why not?
High A for me.
Fuck it, why not? Let's do it. Put it there.
Klonoa is a nice 2.5D, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
With
ground.
And the Phantom Reverie remakes of both the games were just so good.
All right. Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. This was a really good game.
Absolutely A tier. It needs to be above Legacy of Kain.
Yep. I agree with you. Eidos really was like very prominent at that time.
Yep.
Like Eidos was very prominent in the PlayStation era because they had Lara Croft with Tomb Raider, and they also had Soul Reaver in the Legacy of Kain series. In some ways.
I really want to play through that series. I loved watching my brother play it when we were kids.
All right, we have both Lunars.
Nope.
Never played them.
They're actually a really good RP. I never got a chance to play them though, but I've seen people playing it. I've seen Super Ninbao play it. I've seen DG play it. They've been really strong on these games. But I have not personally had a chance to touch these games, so I will put them in never played.
Okay.
Next up, Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. Not to be confused with Marvel versus Capcom.
I can't say I've played that or the original Marvel vs. Capcom. I can appreciate what they did because Marvel vs. Capcom is so fun. But yeah, I couldn't tell you about these
specifically. The PlayStation version is a D at best.
Yeah.
They took the 2-on-2 system from the original arcade game and they dumbed it down to a 1-on-1.
And now we have Marvel vs. Capcom, the Clash of Superheroes.
I wish I got that one.
That's the B.
Or at least a low C at most.
All right. Next up, Mega Man 8. I am biased as fuck. Put this in S. I'm kidding.
Go ahead.
I would still argue it belongs in the A. No lower than B.
Yeah, no, like it goes in A. I'm sorry.
Let's face it.
Eventually, I will get into
that Mega Man 8
series.
does that make it different, but not necessarily terrible.
It upgraded from 7, where 7 was kind of a little bit stuck. 8 was more fluid, and it definitely added the snowboard levels itself. They're fluid until you get annoyed with jump, 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 slide, slide.
I don't mind them in Frostman stage, but
Uncle Wily stage.
One. let's face it. When you ask someone what's their opinion on Mega Man 8 and they say, "Oh, it's terrible," and you ask them why is it terrible, 9 times out of 10 they're going to tell you, "Oh, the voice acting." So okay, does that make the game itself bad? No, it makes the cutscenes extremely annoying, but doesn't make the game itself bad.
Professor Wally. Professor Wally.
We don't have to fight.
Wow. Radar room. We find that meteor, we'll find Dr. Wowie.
That's a good Christian Mega Man.
All right, Mega Man Legends S.
S or A, absolutely.
Fight me.
I have bias.
2.
But Mega Man Legends is just
Mega Man Legends 2.
Legends 2, A or S.
Again.
We'll get to it eventually.
No, we got that. Mega Man X4 is S for me too.
I would put X4 and X5 both at A or S. Either one works for me because I'd never get tired of those games. X6, I gotta drop it down to B or C.
Yeah, X6 really did hit really hard.
Hey, here's something you can take away from it though, Hito. It's not X7.
That's fair. I can't stand Axel.
I don't mind Axel. It's everything else. It was such a mistake. They should never have gone to full 3D.
All right. Metal Gear Solid is an S. I'm sorry.
Do we really even need to? I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty much up there.
I mean, come on. I showed this off before the stream. Yeah, that thing's a fucking S.
Mm-hmm.
I have met the man, and if I do not give it an S, I swear to God, I will. He will somehow look at me and be like, "I'm sorry, you asked for my autograph, and you're gonna give my game a freaking B? What's wrong with you?" No, I have to give it an S.
I'm pretty sure he'll be forgiving if you didn't put it in a high standard. I'm pretty sure he'll be forgiving.
No, I'm giving it an S.
He might also look at it and see the Konami logo and just say, "You know what? I'm fine if you weren't a big fan."
Yeah.
That's right. We forget that Konami screwed over Hideo Kojima in the most messed up way. Which Konami, you done fucking goofed.
Now, you know, if that was signed by David Hayter, then yes, you need to make sure you don't insult that game.
Yeah,
I would love to meet David Hayter one day. Hey, David. Come on.
David, just say anything as Snake, and I will leave you alone for the rest of existence.
Listen.
Like, you can tell me to fuck off in your Snake voice. I will listen.
Oh my God.
No, here's the thing. If David Hayter ever has seen any of my content and actually does a Snake voice for me for like one thing, I swear to God, I will never ask. And I think I made it at that point.
But what is it?
I made it at that point as a content creator. If David Hayter was like, I will make one voice clip for Hito.
You say that. There's a channel I follow who does like Transformers figure reviews. He's gotten one of the voices of Megatron, the voice of Megatron from the Beast Wars series, to be on his channel multiple times. And he's even says, like, as far as I'm concerned, my channel can crash and burn.
That's exactly where I'm going with this. Except I would also like the Puzzle Bobble dinosaurs to talk in here at some point. You know, just in something in Japanese, really cute. You know what I mean? Like something adorable. You know, Metal Slug X.
Don't have a lot of experience with the Metal Slug series.
I would just the first game, so
an upgraded version of Metal Slug 2.
Yep.
It would probably be on like around B for me. I would say.
Low A at most.
Yeah, it's really good, honestly, for a run and gun.
Yeah.
All right, 1, which is a barcode. Who's played this game?
It's not even slightly familiar.
What is that?
I've never heard of this game before. John?
What is that? What is that?
No, nothing?
How did you even look that up? Just PS1 1?
Wait, what? What is?
No, it's just 1.
I haven't heard of that either.
1?
Well, that's the thing, though. If you're going to look it up to figure out what the hell it is, you know what? Hang on. I need to see.
Can we just give Parappa Rappa a C, please?
No, it belongs to
it's a game that's named 1. What the heck?
Okay, I did actually find it. You actually have to spell out PlayStation, then the word 1, and then type in 1.
I put in
single-player third-person shooters.
I put in PlayStation 1 Game 1, and then I found it.
And looking at images, all I'm getting are pictures of the PlayStation 1.
Okay, there we go.
That was helpful.
That's helpful. Parappa the Rappa, C? S?
If for nothing else than to get your reaction, I would say it's low B, high C.
It's definitely high C for me. The game didn't work.
Well, that just sounds like user error.
No, the game didn't freaking work.
That sounds like a you problem.
You the problem. The game didn't work.
Hito, you ever heard of a thing called skill issues?
Oh shit!
You ever heard of a game of it should work before you buy it? It should go through a trial and error phase. It should do something.
Skill issues. I'm just kidding.
You play this game then. You play it. I will handcuff you and literally have you play this game.
I will honestly say that I'm actually really considering playing this game to try it out myself, and then I'll actually get back to you about it. I'll definitely tell.
That's what I thought.
Okay, Parasite Eve, I think needs to be in B or A, both of them.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that 100%. I do need to play 2 though, but mind you, I did play a little bit of 1. I did enjoy it because having the horror aesthetic along with an RPG element is actually very fun.
It works so much better than it should.
Could you imagine Resident Evil took that like whole entire aesthetic? Do you realize how different it would be?
It would be very different, but yeah,
it'd be very different. But I don't know if it'd be as long lived. I mean, Parasite Eve just kind of stopped after 2.
Yeah, it would be a different world we live in.
R-Type Delta.
I've only played R-Type on the
I never played that
TurboGrafx.
one.
So I guess
R-Type would be a B, somewhere under G to Rise. It kind of looks the same in the levels of 8 Under and G to Rise, which is basically like 3D polygonal 2D side shooter.
Another stereotypical bullet hell.
Ridge Racer.
Yeah.
Which one?
Type 4.
That I mean, I played a little bit of it with a friend. It's pretty good. It's pretty nice. I will give it like a B for me.
It's the best racing game on PS1.
Yeah, but
Past CTR?
Well, best realistic racing game on PS1.
There we go. There we go. Because we had this talk with Mike and Maple about kart racers and actual racers, and we saw the difference of what they've played and what they haven't played.
Yeah.
So I will say, we gotta differentiate what it is.
I'm also kind of biased towards Ridge Racer because Namco. I love those guys.
It's fair.
Yeah. But I will get into about one of the Ridge Racer game that I actually play a lot of back then. Once we get to it.
All right, next up is Rayman 2. Bubs, don't start. Bubs, don't start.
That's gotta be B or A. Like, I don't have a lot of experience with the Rayman series, but I do remember enjoying Rayman 2 far more than Rayman 1. And Hito, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Okay, sure. Fine.
I give this one a B because the thing is, I played the game, but not that version. I did play the 3DS version, even though it's essentially the same game that they popped out.
All right, guys. Resident Evil time. Here we go. Survivor, Director's Cut, 2 and 3. Give me your letter, and we'll go from there. Director's Cut.
Director's Cut. B.
B.
Is it
I have
weird?
very little experience with anything Resident Evil before 4.
Okay.
I would say
take
B.
mine lightly.
I would say B, but the thing is, I played a remake.
That's fine. Survivor.
I never played it, but I know that shit.
I have heard that this is a D tier game.
It is. It is.
All right.
It's shit.
2.
2? Well, I mean that I can't even.
I would say 2. 2 is high B, low A, and 3 is going to be just behind 2.
Yep.
I wish I could give it a grade, but the thing is, I played the remake, but I didn't play much of the original. But I know there's difference. But if I were to give it a grade, I would give it like an A for me.
Okay.
My biggest thing with 3 specifically is it gave us Nemesis, and Nemesis is my favorite thing to come out of Resident Evil. That thing is terrifying. He's also one of my main killers in Dead by Daylight.
It's fair. All right, guys, we're gonna rush through these games quickly. Ridge Racer 1.
I love that. That's the one I love so much. I would give it around a low A or a high B for me.
Okay, that's fine.
List, you might need to skip me until you get to Spyro.
That's fine. Ridge Racer Revolution.
I would say that's probably like a B for me because that one's really good, but not as good as the first one. But it's the same. But
all right, guys, a good fighting game is here. Rival Schools with Batsu.
Oh boy!
Fucking what? I've never even heard of that.
Rival Schools. Oh wait, actually, hold on. Did you ever play Tatsunoko versus Capcom?
Never owned, but I'm pretty sure I have played it. Yes.
Batsu was the kid in the school uniform that had the energy blast. This is his game.
Oh, okay. I do actually know the character. Still haven't played the game. No.
Right.
I haven't played that game either.
John?
I'll give it a mid A.
I'll give it a mid A too. It was really good at the time. All right, Samurai Showdown.
Never played it.
I haven't played any of the Sam shows besides 1 and the newest one, so we'll give it a...
I'll give this one a B. I actually played it. It's really fun. Silent Hill goes in S, and I don't care what anyone says. The original Silent Hill.
I haven't even played it, and I agree.
I haven't played, but I agree, but I will get into it eventually.
Okay, this game scared the shit out of me from a cat in a locker to actually minced meat in a locker, which was really, very much, hey, let's scare the shit out of you. All right, next up is Soul Blade. Next up is Soul Blade, aka what Soul Calibur is supposed to be. This is aka the predecessor of the Soul Calibur. This is what makes up Soul Calibur a little bit.
I mean, for the sake of it being part of Soul Calibur, I want to high rank it, but I've never played Soul Blade, so I really can't say.
I can't say anything about it either.
John, it is Namco, so I'm looking at you.
It's Namco and it's fighting.
Soul Blade, like a high B. Not top B, but high B at best.
I'd definitely give it that too. Soul of the Samurai by Konami. I've never played it.
What the
Either
fuck
have
is
I.
that?
Okay, so I guess we'll put that there. Spyro!
None of y'all are fighting me on this. Both of those belong in A or S.
Oh, no, I'm putting them in S. You're kidding me?
I want to play it. I just...
I'm sorry, are you telling me you have never played the original Spyro the Dragon?
Because I was a Crash guy. I was never into Spyro back then.
I was both. It's not hard to be.
I know, but Crash took over my life. I'm sorry. It literally just took me.
You're gonna look at this little purple guy and say that a goddamn orange marsupial was more important to you than this thing?
Yes.
Look at how cute he is.
Yes, I will say it every day. But look, I liked Spyro 2. I have played some of the game. I just never fully finished it.
Man,
which is
what
why
I liked you.
Play. I'm gonna play it, and I know for a fact that I liked it because I have, feelings for it. So don't worry.
No, you're not. No, here's the thing. You're not allowed to play
it. You're on my good list.
Okay, so Epic, you're not
on that good list too when I play it when I fully finished it.
Okay, Epic, let's make this very clear right now. When you play that game, you are not allowed to play it off stream. You have to stream it.
Fine,
yes,
I will do it.
I will follow you and watch this.
Fine.
I will try to keep my judgments to myself, but I only promise.
You want me to stream the original or the Reignited trilogy?
You can do the Reignited. It's fine. You can do both.
I'll do the Reignited trilogy.
And I will say, aesthetically, the original Spyro, I would prefer its aesthetics over what we got in Reignited. But I will always say Reignited is the way to play it.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Because I do have it on PC, so I can play with that one. So.
And also, I will make this.
I play it with mods. I don't even play as Spyro anymore. I play as Cinder.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which let's add on to this. You have to 100% all three.
Well.
And it's a lot easier to do that than Crash.
I know it's a lot easier. I gotta play. But I gotta play the game first if I want to get the feeling of how I'm gonna do it.
Trust me,
honestly, the games are really good about introducing you to everything,
and you can 100% it very quickly. Actually,
okay. I got a slight derailment for those of us who have played it. Would you guys agree that Artisan's Homeworld is probably one of the best tutorial levels?
Yes.
That you can
yes.
Right? Like it teaches you everything, and it's so easy to 100%.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Next up is Star Gladiator.
I'll take your word for it.
Next up is Star Gladiator, and this is the one that has Hayato, who is in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, the one with the little beam sword and the little glass pane over his eyes. I've never played it.
I know the character. I don't know the game.
I've never played it. I never got a chance, and I didn't know this was the game he came from. But now I know, and I might actually add it to my list of games.
I haven't played it either.
Star Ocean. I'm gonna just.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say never played. We're gonna put that there then.
No, like I want to. I've heard good things, just never touched it.
All right, Street Fighter Alpha 1. We're gonna do this in ranking. So, Alpha 1, starting that one first.
This is where my buddy Scotty would just be a god to have here because he's played so many Street Fighter games. Like, couldn't really help you on this one.
3 is B, but the problem with the PS1 versions are they have loading times.
Yeah, wait. So say your ranks again.
1 and 2 are C. 3 is B.
Loading times did kill the game very much so.
Loading times are why I hated Wrath of Cortex.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. See, I'm not the only one who thinks it, Epic.
I mean, I didn't mind it. It's only like, here's the thing, because the GameCube version, I felt that was the worst version for it. The PS2 version is actually a little bit better.
The PS2 version was the one that I fell asleep on the loading screen. I actually.
It wasn't that long.
No.
It was too damn long.
No, the GameCube version was the longest one.
Epic.
I will give you that.
Epic.
The GameCube version was worse.
Epic.
Yeah.
Same goes for Enter the Dragonfly, but
Epic. I'm gonna make this very clear. I just bought the new PS2 at the time, and I just bought that as one of my first games, new in the disc, not used, still wrapped. and the loading time took 30 minutes to go into one level. I fell asleep. And then when I woke up, it was from 11:30 to 1 in the morning. I noticed I finally got to the stage. I'm not joking.
That happened to me in that one stage where you go in that minecart first, and then you go to the lab.
This happened to me
that took me that took me like minutes for some reason.
That took me 30 minutes, and it was to get on the level with Coco on a scooter.
I don't know why that took long because I never had that much problem with it when I played it. And mind you, when I say that the GameCube version is worse, I managed to beat the whole game, and I still play it regardless of if it was that big of a problem, because I didn't mind the game as it was. So
mind you,
I suddenly feel like my experience with the game was much tamer because half hour never happened.
Yeah.
Few minutes, yes. Half hour, never.
Mind you, I fell asleep. I fell asleep so badly waiting on that loading time. Because mind you, even the loading time music was like very calm and chill. So it was just like, well, this is nice. This is great.
Stream it, and I felt myself falling asleep at work during that. That's not good.
Also, Street Fighter 2 collection. We have Street Fighter Collection, Street Fighter Collection 2. These are basically the original game and the Street Fighter 2 of its different variants. I would give these both B because technically speaking, they're just remakes. And then again, loading times happened. If you want to play the game, just play the SNES version.
That's what I played it on. Like my friends owned it, and I enjoyed getting my ass kicked all the damn time.
All right, Street Fighter Plus Alpha. I've never touched this one, but I think this was the 3D Street Fighter. This was EX.
Games were 3D.
They were not good. The 3D ones.
Never touched.
I never got a chance to touch it, so I know they weren't good, but I never touched it, so it wouldn't be fair for me to just be like, oh, these are wrong. Next up is Strider 2. I will actually give that a C, a high C, low B.
I think I got to agree on that one. The Strider series, I have memories with it, but very vague. But I don't think it was terrible by any means.
All right, next up is the Suikoden series. Suikoden.
I have not done that one.
I have not touched these yet. I have not touched these yet, but they are very, very good. Tales of Destinies 1 and 2. I've never touched these, and these are Namco.
I've always wanted to play the Tales games. I never have.
I've played Tales of Vesperia, and that is it. And I only got like maybe a quarter of the way through it.
All right, so I guess another one to add. All right, Tekken series, Tekken 1.
3 is an S, best fighting game on the system.
I am not going to.
I'm going to give Tekken 1 an A, at least, because of what it started. Tekken 3 will go an S, of course, because it's Tekken 3. And then Tekken 2.
Put it over the first one. It took everything that the first game did and did it so much better. But 3 changed the game by adding sidestepping and going into the foreground and the background.
All right,
Tekken started that?
Yep. Also, Tenchu. All right, the Tenchu series.
No opinion.
I know of these games. I never played it. I played the PlayStation 2 version.
I heard they were pretty difficult.
Yeah. The Legend of Dragoon. If you say anything less than an S,
I was gonna say A just because I wasn't sure where everyone else stood, but yes, S.
S.
No comment.
I haven't played Dragoon.
It is one of those Square Enix games that isn't
premium PS subscription.
Oh, yeah, no, I got it on my PS5, but I'm also going to put it on my Classic. It's just so good. You want a good RPG that's not Final Fantasy? Go with Legend of Dragoon.
All right, we're going to get through these two very quickly. Tabal number 1 and Thunder Force. Thunder Force 5.
Don't know what either of those are.
Okay. We'll put them in the neither place.
Another shooter, but I haven't played those.
All right. Tom and Jerry in House Trap. Never played.
Nope.
Me neither, even though I love the cartoons.
All right, we're going into Tomb Raider now. Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3, Chronicles, and Last Revelations.
I have opinions. I've got real strong opinions on this one. So, I would say 3 belongs in S tier.
Yes, I doubled down on that one.
I would say 2 and 1 belong in C.
Unfortunately.
No, B, not C.
I meant to, I was going to say
and
B.
Then Chronicles and Last Revelation, I would say, is A. Like, the series peaked with 3. It absolutely peaked.
I agree with that.
I have not touched the Square Enix games yet. Like the Rise of the Tomb Raider series, I have not touched that, but I'm a little bit scared to because my nostalgia for the originals is just so strong.
All right, the Tomba series, which if Mikon was here, he'd be losing his mind because he loves Tomba.
I've only played the first one, but I gotta give it an A.
It's definitely a good series. I would give it an A too, but I never got to play the second one.
No, I only played a demo of it at an old friend's house.
All right, we're on the Tony Hawk Pro Skater gig.
Gator 2 and 3 are absolutely the highest of them.
And I will put them in A.
Yep, which means 1 and 4, I would say B.
Yep.
Yeah, I would agree.
All right, we're going. We're that hurt.
I mean, I like this collection that they had of PS1 games, but I'm a little bit sad it's not the whole thing because I got some really obscure ones I would have loved to have seen on here.
Irritating stick.
Okay, maybe not that obscure.
Trap Gunner.
I don't even know what that. I thought that was Time Crisis for a minute.
It's an Atlas game, by the way.
Atlas.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that puts it up.
I am a little sad about one game that's not here, which is it's a series. I'm trying to remember. I just had it in my brain. Fuck. Think straight. What were you thinking?
Is it
what
a
happened?
fun series?
Were you thinking Persona because you brought up Atlas?
Persona was not in here too, yes, but that was not the one.
Is it a fun series?
Yes.
I'd like to think so.
I don't remember. Shit.
I mean, Hito for the most part has good taste.
Questionable, but yes.
There it is.
I say questionable.
All right, Twisted Metal. We have 1, 3, and 4 because John put 2 all the way in S.
I've got all 4 of them right here.
Honestly,
hear me out. 1 is A, 3 is C, 4 is B. Those are my rankings.
No,
you know what? I was gonna say put them all A, but you know what? He's actually not wrong there.
Yeah. So you said
I
you said 3 and B, 3 and B, or 3 and C.
3 and C, 4 and B.
There we go.
2 is obviously S. It's peak Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
I think that was the one I played all the time with my cousin, and we didn't know how to pronounce the word ricochet, so we always called it ricochet.
Ricochet. Ricochet.
We never understood why it was called that because we're like, well, we're just rolling a bomb. What does that do? And then I think one of our parents says, that says ricochet. What's that? It means it bounces. Oh, that makes sense now.
Oh god, it makes sense.
For the love of God,
Vagrant Story. Vagrant Story.
Hang on, before we move on to Vagrant Story, I gotta ask John, what do you think of the teaser trailer for the Twisted Metal show?
I have a lot of questions.
Oh,
but I can't ask them right now.
That's fair. That's fair. Your reaction was all I was looking for. Vagrant Story, I do not have an opinion on.
I don't either. I never got a chance to play it. I've heard of it, but I've never played it. Anyone else on Vagrant Story?
Nope.
I heard it was pretty good.
I heard it was good, but I've never played it. I would feel disingenuous.
Valkyrie Profile.
Again, heard of so many good things about it, never played.
And it's on the Enix side of the Squaresoft side. So that's actually pretty interesting. Wipeouts.
Wipeout is like PlayStation's version of F-Zero.
Yeah.
It really is. I would call it C, honestly.
I would too, because there's only one F-Zero.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It was okay. It was passable for a racer.
All right, next up is X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Nah, my only experience with anything like that was Marvel vs. Capcom. I never played the individuals.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Nope.
I've actually played it, and it is a B. It is actually a solid B.
Okay.
All right.
And next up, last but not least, Xenogears.
Again, another one I've heard a lot about.
But I haven't played.
I haven't played, and it's very long, apparently. I've seen a friend of mine, Matt Big Fat, play it really much and go off into that, and god damn.
Seriously, I didn't know he played it.
He beat it, I believe, too.
I think he
good
did,
Christ.
yeah. But
And
it is a long, long game.
And here is our tier list. Got a bing, bada boom.
It's pretty
is.
solid. I'm kind of impressed that D isn't more filled.
I think maybe because of the fact that some of the Ds we didn't play. To be fair,
there's a high probability of that. There's probably a lot of bullshit that we just left in the haven't played.
I mean, there are a lot of like what's it called? The shovelware games that are in PlayStation games that
oh my god, PlayStation
talk about. So
everyone likes to say the Wii got slammed with shovelware. Man, did you ever see the shit the PlayStation dealt with?
Yeah, they have dealt with a lot of them.
Like, I still will say we had it the worst with shovelware because it had the new motion control gimmick. But I'd say PlayStation was a close second.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Agreed.
So,
Agreed.
Final thoughts on the PlayStation 1, starting with Bubs.
I would call it one of my all-time favorite systems. I never get tired of playing the games on it. It has left a mark on me. Like Spyro is my all-time favorite series. I cried when Reignited got announced. I cried playing through Reignited, and it all started with the original PlayStation. It did something for gaming that that I don't feel like any system has done since the Super Nintendo.
All right, John.
PlayStation for me is by far my favorite system of all time. It set a solid foundation for so many of my favorite franchises. Twisted Metal, Namco Museum, Tekken, Spyro the Dragon. The list goes on. And the way the games have just evolved over time leaves me just heartfelt because everything just looks so darn good as things progress over time. It's spectacular. I love it. Also, best startup sound, no contest.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. I'd say the GameCube is the only thing that comes close, and even that's a mile off. Also, you know what? I might get criticized for this one. PS1 looks better than PS2. The aesthetics of the PS1 graphics just hit me so much better than PS2 graphics do.
Yes.
That's fine. I don't mind.
Although, mind you, I can't see Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, and Jack in a PS1 setting.
Oh god, no. No, if they came out on the PS1, I don't think they would have done that well.
All right, Epic.
So, the PlayStation console was something else that I felt with the Nintendo, because Nintendo was probably my first system I played with, and then now with Sony being the second, with Crash Bandicoot being my second favorite mascot video game characters out there, and so it just brings me joy of seeing how video games can be fun and innovative and just downright and entertaining and amazing to look at. With Crash, with Jak and Daxter, Spyro, Ratchet, and with other games like Katamari, Little Big Planet, God of War, all these games that I've gone into and looked at, and seeing how video games have evolved into just something greater than what needs to be. Even though Nintendo just wants to make things more fun, but PlayStation felt like they just wanted to make like a greater universe of video games out there for what it is. And yeah, like PlayStation was something unique for it to be one of the best gaming consoles out there for me, and I loved it dearly. So yeah.
Final thought for me: the PlayStation 1 was definitely an innovator and a really strong competitor against the N64 at the time, and even more so in that they have made so many original characters that I enjoy. Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, Spike from Ape Escape, Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter, Cole, Nathan Drake. Like, the list goes on with how many things happen. However, I am very disappointed that Sony at this point is not making more original characters as they would, as that was their one of their most successful things, doing world building with new characters in series. They have made many characters and many a thing. Hell, God of War was like a big thing for them.
It was. And you know what? I will give Sony this. They are doing a good job of reviving some of their old stuff. I mean, Medieval got remade, Spyro, Crash got remade. God of War is still a series going strong.
Yep.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they all created these characters at one point or another, and shows that they can be really good when they put their mind to it.
Exactly. So for Sony, at the end of the day, and my final message for the stream today is PlayStation, continue with the series that you have. Use the characters that you've already developed and make them even stronger now in the current gaming meta now. Because if you do, I guarantee you would beat very strong odds against Nintendo still, and even Microsoft. Because now with the PS5, we're not seeing that much greatness from it. I'm just seeing rehash shit.
I do want to preface about that one thing they did that did make me upset was the fact that they shut down some of the studios not too long ago, especially the Japan studio, which made a bunch of games that I love, like with Loco Roco. I forgot the other one, Patapon. But yeah, like, and especially with my other favorite PlayStation game, Gravity Rush. That game blew my mind out when I played that for the first time. And seeing how the series only stopped with 2, and we don't even know if they're ever gonna return to it, even though the creator left to do something else. He's making a scary game, I believe he's gonna do. But it just makes me sad to see that they're just gonna give it up like that right away, and just, you know, because that had potential. Because I feel there was some potential with some of these games they created with Japan studios, and I don't know if they're gonna bring back the characters that they have in their IPs. And you know, like, it just, yeah, it makes me sad, and I wish they can give them a chance at least, because they're giving other franchises a chance that they haven't been into the spotlight for a while. So yeah, and give Ape Escape a good try again, because you know that one's good too.
I would love to see that come back, because I never played.
Definitely.
John, you look like you had something. John, you look like you had something you were going to say a minute ago.
I feel like their best attempt at making new characters in this modern era was Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah,
the idea
Aloy
of giving her more
I love
personality throughout the game was another really interesting feature.
But yeah, I just, to end the stream right now with this last message, just PlayStation, Sony, all together, you have a really good world and IP all together, and at the end of the day, keep using what you have. Because now you have a lot of characters that don't have enough love. When you made the PlayStation All-Stars Brawl, you basically brought some of these characters back. Now actually utilize them. And I guarantee you, you will not only make every single retro fan very excited, but you might even make many new fans with what's going on now. So
now, if only PlayStation All Stars was handled better and had a better roster.
Yes.
That's a whole.
All right, that's a whole can of words.
Like,
But anyway, wait.
I was like pissed when they don't have like the ones that we wanted, and even when characters that we love, like with Dante, they're giving him the one with the freaking the DLC reboot one. Like, that's stupid.
All right,
let's face it, they're dropping the ball. Even this was a goddamn disaster.
At the end of the day, PlayStation, please utilize your series a lot better. Okay.
Exactly.
Anyway.
That's something that we want you to do. Utilize them better. Make them better. Even though you guys are, yes, in the high rankings with best sellings, but still, come on. We want the games that we know and love back in the day to here and now. Come on.
Anyway, at the end of the day, guys, with PlayStation, they have a lot of great series, and honestly, they can grow their fan base even better with the series that they have. So, as always, this is Hito Retro Gaming, giving you guys the 8-bit love. We love PlayStation. We want PlayStation to do better. And PlayStation, please, by all means, keep using your older series. 8-bit love, y'all. Bye.
See you guys.
See ya.